But when you measure it flat, it contradicts that. I'm spitting flat facts and that. And I know you don't like that. Google Maps is flat, it presents elevation profiles like that. I'm a spitting flat earth king. Sentence has a ring, doing my own thing. If earth was a big roast chicken, factually finger licking chicken. We just got the measurements missing. I'm spitting eggs and begs, begging the question lesson. I've said it before, time after time. I'm the spitting flat earth king of rhyme.
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate, Uncut and After Show. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe. Hit the bell notification icon and join button if you'd like to become a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member and keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you would like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they premiere, and there's also a coffee, Patreon, crypto and thanks button in the info box below the video. Speaking of Patrons, I'm going to do a quick shout out to all of you who do support me on Patreon. So a massive shout of thanks and appreciation to Smith Tools and Purchase, Level Plain Poem, Vitali Z, Colton James, Survive the Spin, Thomas van der Zander, Measured Flat, Tiers Morgan, Mitch Kennedy, Rod, The Name's Burley, JMels24, Unimento, Iron26, Retro Bill, John Kays, Patrick Gunnels, Hairy Blade, Mobile Mac 777, Rob W, Del West Watson, Unbelievable Productions, Blue Ridge Ranger, Abraham Mohammed, Skeptic 936, Texas Mike, Chow Young Cat, and Dank. So another massive thank you to all of you for supporting me on Patreon. Links to Patreon are below this video. But with that, I will hand across to whoever is in Discord and indeed the G Plus panel, as I set up for today's live show. I hesitate because I have already set up for the live show. I just messed up this recording. Anyway, very amusing. We'll just cover it on the live show, I say. What do you think, Neil?
Yeah, but just remember, go 50 seconds in so you skip the music.
Okay. Fine, we'll start about there-ish. Jolly good.
I thought I was having a little deja vu.
Why, because I did the intro twice.
At first, I thought you were getting a whirly whirl. That's why it stopped.
No. Turned down the graphics card, so I've got the graphics card heavily undervolted. And even then, in this passive PC, it still overheats if it's not got fans on it. It's supposed to be passive. Anyway. But no, it's just crashing, so it's like I have to keep an eye on it today. See if it does actually crash again. Speaking of which, I'm going to play a game. I don't normally do that in the pre-show, but I will, just to make sure that it's all functioning correctly and won't crash in the live show. I'm tempted to have another short show. My wife and I slept horrendously last night. I don't know if it's just a change in temperature or something, but neither of us slept well. I woke up at about 7 o'clock and I'm like, where's my wife? And then I went in the lounge and she's playing on Roblox. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I couldn't sleep. I'm like, okay, so you're playing on a kid's game? She's like, yeah, got loads done.
That must have been going around because I had a hard time, and so did my wife last night. One of those things.
One of those.
I was looking at the Master B, and I see that you had the cow drawings, but I didn't scroll up to take notice that it was the bricks you were doing.
All right, these are for the book.
Yeah. So I said, you better be doing a brick analogy. They were like, this is it. I was like, no, it's not. It's a cow. And then I scrolled up and I said, oh, there it is.
This cow is small. The ones out there are far away. Small.
The sleepless night was due to the full moon.
Maybe.
You know, I did notice a huge freaking moon on the way home yesterday while the sun was still out. It was massive. All the lunatics are out, right?
Me?
Definitely lunatics, yes.
You like this picture I made?
The cow one,
Yeah. It took me a while to make this. So I did actually produce it. A couple of elements did come from AI, I won't lie.
no, it's definitely, yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
It goes under the part of the book where I'm talking about if you had a brick, I think in the book I put it at 10 feet away from you, and then you have a building in the distance, you wouldn't be able to distinguish the bottom brick because it's too small to see. That's to say, I'm explaining the optical resolution limit after declaring that I don't need to, it's not my burden. So that's where this picture would come in the book. So after I've explained perspective, basically, with your aperture, the aperture of the lens you're using or your eye, and the angle with respect to the surface. Therefore, altitude and aperture being the things that are dictating what causes optical resolution loss, the diffraction limit, calculable with the Rayleigh criterion. And in explaining that, I give a dumbed down explanation as well, which is one brick in front of you is easy to see, same brick at a mile's disappeared, but put a building on top of it and you can see the rest of the building, just not the brick. So then I thought, yeah, I need a little diagram to go alongside it. And then in doing it, got this visual example that stands on its own in spite of being directly lifted from Father Ted. So they're in the caravan on a holiday. And so it cuts to him holding up a cow to Dougal. And he says, "This cow is small. The ones out there are far away." And he looks out the window. And Dougal shakes his head. No, Father, I'm not getting it.
They're just the baby cows over there.
Well, there's a toy cow. Normal
No,
cows.
the ones in the distance, they're baby ones, look. 'Cause that's why
These
they're
ones.
small.
These ones that are labelled as far away.
Yeah, they're the baby ones.
Baby ones, are they? Baby toy ones.
No, you just both miss it. They get lost over the earth curves.
Yeah. Well, that's what I described in that chapter. That's what we did yesterday, Earth Curve chapter. And again, when it comes to reordering this book, I don't know where that'll come, but I quite like it coming late in the book. So as much as it's an early housekeeping question, one of the earliest, and it did go through several iterations over its life cycle, the Earth Curve question comes late in the book. It's chapter 9 or chapter 10, I can't remember what we were working on, whatever we were working on last night, I can't remember. That's pretty late in the book. Gave that image after making it to Master B, and then Len produced this. So AI actually taking my picture and turning it into something that looks like reality. It's like the complete inverse of how things used to be done. You'd go out, you'd take a picture of something in reality, and then come back and cartoonify it. Now I cartoonify something and then you can run it through AI and make it look real. So this came afterwards. This is what Len produced. I would say, unless you study this closely, the only thing to me that is slightly off is the hand. It's just something just not quite right about it. It's almost there. AI is pretty close to you not being able to detect it. But everything else in this picture, the clouds, the grass, the cows, everything looks like it should.
Yeah, he's got a lot better now. It used to give extra fingers and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen those. Well, hands have always been a bit of a problem for AI. And this is not bad, but it just doesn't. It still doesn't quite have it. It's not quite. It's just not quite perfect yet.
It looks like it's the end of my street with them flats.
Yeah, that's actually what I had in mind when I drew it. Yes, that's exactly the view I get from a tower block that happens to stick out like a sore thumb when you're about a mile away from it. So when I come back today, that's the view I get coming into Leamington. You see almost this. This is what it looks like. That's what it looks like, isn't it? It's like I don't know how many stories that block is. It's probably 20 stories. It's probably twice as high as this. But you see it, and it's just stuck out in the middle of this field from your perspective as you enter the town. It's not. It's at the top of a hill with loads of other houses around it when you're coming from the other direction. But when you come from one particular direction, this is the view. So it looks like this. I meant to get it.
About.
Go on.
So that's the main street up there towards the flats, and there's loads of cows hanging about.
Yeah, I meant to get the picture today. What I was going to do to round out the three was what I drew from memory. This that Len produced with AI. And then today I was going to stop. I just forgot on the way back from my kids' art class to stop and capture this picture. Oh, well.
My only criticism with this one is the hand holding the cow is blocking the bottom of the building. There was another one that showed it a lot better. But with that, if you wanted to use the photorealistic one, I could change the camera angle slightly round so it exposed the bottom of the building. If you
Doesn't
wanted.
need to be honest. The point's being illustrated in the fact that it's perspective. That's all it needs, really. I mean, I'm happy with this. I probably won't use the one that's been fed through AI anyway. I'll just use the cartoon one that I made. So don't worry about it. I mean, I'm glad that you've done it because there was a couple of others. I don't know if I posted them in Master B or not, but I had one that was Thea in their narrative smashing into the old fledgling Earth, and I want them in black and white. So the other one I did was a purely AI one, but the one that was a mile, so it just has a mile of scenery, right? And then in the scenery, it's got the letters MILE spread out along a mile. That one, I was quite proud of that. When an AI composition comes out and you're like, that's exactly what I wanted. Perfect. I couldn't have been any better.
Sounds like you're making a lot of progress. Very good.
I just need a handful of images. So I think the book's going to end up being about 120 A4 pages. So I would only imagine that you double that to get the number. Yeah, to get the number that it'll end up being, plus, a couple of extras for the glossary or references at the back, a couple for the title page, another couple for the chapter list. So it's probably going to end up being 140, say, pages of A4. And when that goes to the actual book formatting, it's probably double that. So 280 pages. And then there'll be, I would expect, another 5 pages to 10 pages based on having a few images where they're necessary. But throughout the nigh on 300 pages that the book will end up being, there'll only be, I don't know, a dozen or maybe a couple of dozen pictures at most.
But feel free to get in touch if you need any images generating there, Nathan. I'm happy to help.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. I'm pleased you've offered, because yes, I will. I want them to be black and white so that if it goes into a simple printing format, it doesn't have to be done loads of different inks. It can just, produced in black and white. Still have illustrations. So even if it becomes a cheap paperback, it has the ability to just be printed in monochrome or whatever they call it, one ink.
No problem.
Yeah, I want the pictures to be as basic as I can get them. But yeah, so I think it'll probably end up being about 250 to 300 pages long, the book.
Then I was hoping it was 300 or under. Like right around that area, to me, is perfect.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of what I was hoping for as well. But now we're nearing the end of it, I think that's what it will be. You know, I mean, given it's well over 100 A4 sides, it's going to be easily in the realm of a couple of 100 pages, and I think that's where it needs to be. Not like it matters how many pages it is, just if it's got a price tag on it, I want it to seem like it's got a high perceived value in terms of it not being able to be churned through in an hour. You know, you want it to be capable of taking a little bit longer to read and digest. People do potentially pick it up a couple of times to get through it and then read through other chapters again, you know. Go back and cross-reference bits that you didn't understand the first time, which is totally understandable when it comes to some of the information in there.
Yeah, like the gravity chapter.
Yeah, well, that's a particularly long chapter. It's like going to end up being about 20 pages of the book just on one thing. So what will that be? I don't know. A lot. A big old chunk of book. But on average, each chapter's about 10 pages. Some of them are much, much less, 2 or 3. Some of them are much, much more, like Gravity and R-Value. Check.
Yeah, this is the calm before the storm. Everybody's raging. How it's just a fantasy and it'll never come out. And when it comes out, now they're going to have to scramble and find something else to say. So right now, it's the calm before the storm.
If you're a regular viewer, though, which a lot of our opponents, if you're considering they'll kick up a storm, if that's what you're talking about, our opponents have already heard most of what we say. You know, it's been a refined rhetoric. It's not like it's all going to come out in a book format and suddenly be new. Most people are pretty familiar with what we talk about.
Yeah, I get it. But there's still it's something you're doing, so they're going to want to shit all over whatever you do.
They're going to want to shit all over it, did you say?
Yeah. The haters going to want to get out and shit all over it and throw as much crap as they can at it. But, I mean, it's not going to work. I mean, it's been going on for how many years? You know better than any of us. Let's keep going forward. Or just flat get over it.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I mean, I obviously hope it's a success. I need to feed my family with the money that comes from it, so.
Well, it all depends on how it gets promoted. The book tour, that's what they call them, right? When people write books, they go on a little book tour. So it all depends on how you promote it, how we help out by promoting it.
The help
Access
is
in the libraries.
what it currently needs is people to just give me people's names and ideally contact info so I can contact them and hopefully promote it on their show. The best way to promote anything is to just go on tour with it, you know, to put it out in front of the people, proactively go out to them. I've just never had a reason to do it until now. Well, now I have. So lots of people have been sending me names. That list just is snowballed. It's getting bigger and bigger, and In some ways, I need people to repeat if they've already said once. Oh, let's turn that other mic off. People have already told me
I'm
once.
talking about practical things like going to the library and requesting it so they get it in.
Yeah, that'd be good. People can do that. Yes, I wrote down what James said about getting it a specific type of number. I've forgotten what it's called now off the top of my head, but so it can be applied for in a library. I'll make sure that's done.
Shadow. Oh, yeah, that's right. I do remember him giving you some sort of number.
Yeah, shouldn't be too long. About a month, I would hope. And then, yeah, go out on the tour, get people to buy it. It's gone quiet just at the moment that I want to be making coffee.
Yeah, I was just
Have
going to ask
coffee
if
making
anybody's
noises
in
then if everyone's
Discord.
quiet.
Anybody in Discord? How's it going, Discord?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going, baby.
Hear that?
I don't know if there's going to be a storm though, Neil. When you say this is the calm before the storm, I don't know. I think you might be surprised. I think the initial reaction to what we're putting down at the moment has been outrage, but those sorts of reactions tend to be short-lived.
Well, what I mean is right now it seems like it's mundane. We're going over the same thing over and over again. May seem a bit boring, but now when you got something coming out, the excitement level's going to rise. You understand? And that's going to rise on both sides. Us excited that this is coming out in book form, something that's been going on for 10 years, right? And others who are just rising to the occasion to knock it down. So that's what I mean by a storm. Just uh, more excitement to the topic, let's say.
I see. I mean, there's going to be critics that come out of the woodwork. You say there's going to be critics
And you know
that
how
come
they're
out of
going
the
to start
woodwork.
their sentence.
Say again.
You know how they're going to start their sentences, Nathan.
Actually,
He's wrong on every point. How are you?
terrible. Poked myself in the eye just before I started the live stream. If you're looking at me twitching during the live stream intro, that's why. You go, ow, I've just poked myself in the eye. I shouldn't be laughing. It's actually quite painful. Other than that, I'm all right, Neil. How are you?
Everything is roses.
How's everybody in Discord? Tumbleweeds. How marvellous. Let's try that again. Are you all in Discord? I'm just gonna...
Hey, real good, Nathan. Thank you. You're right to get to my mic.
Jolly good. I was about to say, what's the point of having Discord? You saved the day, Steve. Really good. Well, I'm glad I make sure there's a public gateway for all the crap it gives me. Right, we've got a video to cover today, and it's by Fisherman in a Box. So I will put a link to Fisherman in a Box, as he's created this edit of this video, which I've not watched. Although I am acutely aware of the videography he's covering, as he appears on my Shorts video feed when I'm doom scrolling my way through Shorts videos. So I have been made aware by the YouTube algorithmic love offered to this particular navigator making his way around the surface of Earth with a sextant as his navigation tool of choice. So I was aware of the guy. There's some wanker who precedes the video subject matter expert, if you like, because he's out there doing it, and that's this dude that you'll hear in a minute. But we'll get straight into it, so you can have a looky-loo, a listen, and you can make up your own mind about who's what in this particular scenario. What do I need to do to get it to... Oh yeah, I think it's already
Before we
in the
do
right
that, Nathan, have you heard the news from Neil?
No. What news from Neil?
Apparently, he received a message saying that we're being watched.
We're being watched. I should hope so. We're live. By 26 people.
By a person, someone.
Being watched by 26 people, specifically. I should hope so. All right, we're being watched. That's kind of the point of being a YouTuber, from not being watched. What's the point of being here?
Not only watch, they're cutting out. If you say something, they're cutting it out and they're playing it and broadcasting all over.
Oh, that's
You're
fantastic.
some Christian.
Oh, that's
one of
fantastic.
those type of guys that I laugh at.
Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You make it all worthwhile. Right. So this is Fisherman in a Box, the YouTuber that has covered many a video from Flat Earth debate. So big shout out to you, Fisherman in a Box, for your general ongoing support. Very much appreciated. I don't know if he's put a link to the guy that he's used. We shall see. No. Is this it? Ocean Shores? Maybe that is what it is. Let's just check by clicking on it and see what we come up with. It could be that it's Ocean Shores, the original videographer. That's certainly what Fisherman in a Box has put in as a link. So let's skip to it.
Flat Earthers think about GPS. Because if I...
Yeah, the guy asking what Flat Earthers think about GPS. It's Cartesian, so it's using a flat Earth system. The grid that is the basis is Cartesian. So what do Flat Earthers think? Well, nothing. Why would you ask Flat Earthers about a system for navigation? Why don't you say, what do navigators think about it? Now, this tells me something, that you're concerned with there being Flat Earthers. That's a group of people. Now, a Cartesian grid used for navigation with the word global might infer to some that it has something to do with the world being spherical, but it's a Cartesian grid. So GPS is very much a flat system. Now, if you're unaware of that and just surface level regurgitate the fact that its title's got the word global in it, then I pity you, sincerely. That's retarded. But there we go. Not looking into things will lead you to ask questions of individuals that have no bearing on the system you're asking about. Now, why would you not ask what the software developers have got to say about it, or the people who put it into practical application when navigating Earth's surface? Those are the people that should concern you if you want to know about GPS, not what Flat Earthers have got to say about it. They're just people. You know, you're kind of in a category area when you're getting a consensus together, or what? Who cares? You know, how Earth gets measured to form a Cartesian system put into application for practical purposes and then named GPS has no bearing on what individuals who call themselves Flat Earthers have to say about it. It's just going to absolutely, it includes me. I mean, I understand it's Cartesian and I'm a Flat Earther, but those two things are very much separate. You know, knowing what something is, having any bearing on how it was created or how it's applied are two very different things.
I get struck by lightning, I'm immediately going to lose all of my electronics. That means GPS, location transmitters, AIS, and the only way I'm going to be able to find my way back to land is using a sextant, using celestial navigation, the sun, moon, and stars to find my location.
My question is to any flat earthers out there, or to
Why? Why are you questioning this group? To any Flat Earthers? So you've got an open question to Flat Earthers. Yeah, as much as we could focus on the guy on a dinghy measuring Earth flat, it's like old news for us. Probably why I didn't cover it. You know, it seems like it's interesting, but shout out to 10th Man. We've all learnt how celestial navigation works, how we use areas of equal elevation. I'm more intrigued with this guy, who seems a bit stupid. He's asked what flat earthers think about a flat earth Cartesian system named GPS. I mean, we're aware that you have a religion that's been incorporated into the titles of things like global positioning system. It's Cartesian. But now you're asking open-ended questions to an entire group of people. What gives you the right to do any such thing? Should I start inquiring about you and the groups that you're associated with? Why would I do such a thing? I wouldn't. I don't care. But it's telling. This guy does care. So then the question becomes, why do you care what flat earthers think? Why are you concerned about it? Is it like every single scenario ever where you are projecting your own insecurities and fear about the world that you actually inhabit onto a group of people? Yeah, it is. Yeah, we've been doing this for about 12 years. We already know why you're asking this question, you dumbass.
Anyone who knows flat earthers, what does a flat earther believe when it comes to...
Why are you asking the camera? See, that's another idiotic thing. Why don't you go and find somebody who describes themselves as a flat earther, like me, and ask them, instead of appealing to your camera? Now, you could ask me, but you'd be humiliated by asking me, what do I think about global positioning system? Well, what have you done to actually inquire about how that functions? And when you did, why were you doing it? Were you about to go out on a boat? Are you about to do a bit of navigating? I mean, what's the purpose? Are you not happy with your car's navigation system? Why are you inquiring? Why do you need to know? Oh, it's so you can pour scorn on a group of people you've labelled specifically in this video as what do flat earthers think? Why do you care? You're not autonomous enough to figure these things out for yourself? Do you need to get a consensus view from a group that you're going to stereotype and pour scorn on? Yeah, that's what you're doing. We, again, know exactly what you're doing. We've been doing this long enough to know what numbskulls do when they ask flat earthers as a stereotype what they'd do, looking down the barrel of a camera. Now, in response to you, reactively, I can say, I know you are projecting your fears and insecurities about the subject of the nature of the world that you inhabit onto a group. I know that. That is what you are doing. Now, as you seem semi-sincere in your question about what flat earthers think about a flat earth Cartesian system named GPS, I think, why do people name something that's flat and Cartesian global? Oh, it's for you, you numbskull. That's why it's called global.
To how GPS works. I'd love to know what their model is for understanding.
What our model is. So again, category error. You're asking a group of individuals who congregate based on their proclivity to talk about things that are stupid, in my humble opinion, like conspiracies, about what they would do with a system that's used in navigation. Now, flat earthers aren't the arbiters of navigation systems. Again, were you dropped on your head? Why wouldn't you go out and ask the people who developed the Cartesian flat earth grid system used in GPS how GPS works? No, you're projecting your fears and insecurities about the world that you live onto a group. Why? Well, because you've been led to do exactly that. Like, flat earth is about a group of people. No, it just gives you, a dumbass, the ability to pour scorn and stereotype. That's all it is. But go and ask somebody who's developed GPS as a system using a Cartesian grid how it works. Not flat earthers. That makes you seem very stupid. You're asking the wrong group of people. Like, if you ask me, well, Nathan Oakley, YouTuber, who talks about flat earth, how does GPS work? So, did I develop the GPS system? Why are you asking me? Did you go and look on the back of your sat-nav who made the damn thing? Go and ask them. Wouldn't that be the right place to start? Go and buy GPS, look on the back whose names are on it. Go and ask them. My name ain't on it. Now, the fact that I know it uses a flat earth Cartesian system doesn't mean that I suddenly become the arbiter. I'm not your god of GPS just because I understand how it works. And it doesn't mean, because I understand how something works, that I have to tell you. Your appeal is outrageous, in fact. It's like putting out an appeal to be told how clutch works. Should the mechanics flock to you? Why would they? They just think you're stupid for asking. Especially if you ask a group that aren't associated with clutches. The, I don't know, RC car community who happen to buy clutches for their cars occasionally. You start asking them to describe it and why it functions in the way that it does. It's It's like, why don't you go out and ask a clutch manufacturer? Or in this case, the people who produce the Cartesian flat Earth system known as GPS. Not flat earthers. Dumbass.
Understanding how to calculate distances using
Distances, like horizontal and linear, like on maps. I mean, you asked what flat earthers think. I think you're stupid, and you don't know what a distance is. Like, look up what a mile is. Look up how linear and flat it is. Look how it's practically applied to maps on a scale. And know how flat Earth must be to utilise any distance measurement ever. So when you're asking these questions, do you not understand the words coming out of your own stupid mouth? You don't know what a distance is, like in miles or kilometres. Look it up. Obviously, this crackhead has never used a map.
latitude and longitude.
Yeah. Latitude and longitude? What, like the flat Earth prerequisite system that developed the grid with elevation angle measurements? It's 3 for 3. He's asking flat earthers what they think about a flat Earth Cartesian system that uses flat Earth distances and flat Earth elevation angles. So what? Why? Because we understand how flat Earth must be to use these systems we did not create. Now we've just understood beyond our indoctrinated religious belief that you retain because of a simple title that something's been ascribed, in this case the word global. Well, that was how far you scratched the surface, was it? Something that's literally titled on the box itself. Global Positioning System. Wow, that was a pretty pathetic surface level dive that you did. Now you're looking to camera and asking the wrong group of people how these things function. What an idiot. You, sir, represent the general consensus idiot view when they come across the subject of Earth and how it's measured. You seem to, on the surface, understand that you need distances, right? Or latitude, right? But you don't know what those things actually entail, or how flat Earth must be by prerequisite to use those things, such as elevation angles and horizontal linear distance measurements, and Cartesian grids on the maps and models applied to these systems that are in practical use. By the way, I'm not the arbiter of any of them, so my question is, why the fuck are you asking me these questions? Are you retarded? Because it seems that way. You're asking the wrong people.
It's called a sextant, and it measures the angle between the sun and the...
Is this guy a flat earther? Why aren't you asking this guy? He's holding a sextant on a boat and detailing how it works. But you seem to think that you can appeal to flat earthers. I don't know how many flat earthers you know that are out on boats. This guy is. There's plenty of people out on boats using celestial navigation. Now, I happen to be related to one. My sister used to own boats and go out, having been trained in celestial navigation and the flat Earth prerequisites needed to use the tools this guy's going through. But the clown beforehand wasn't appealing to this guy. He's not going to a geography channel or a mapping channel or a navigation channel. He's asking flat earthers what they think. Crackhead. Yeah? You want to know what I think? I'll tell you now. I think you're a crackhead. I think you're an idiot. I think you're a buffoon. And I'm going to start pointing it out when people ask what flat earthers think about how flat earth systems that use flat earth measurements and flat earth distances and flat earth grids think of them. Why? Get a grip. Ask this guy.
The horizon. So...
You know what? He probably won't answer you because he's busy using the flat earth to measure the angle. Yeah, he's not on TikTok or YouTube like me, a YouTuber. Yeah? Now, I'm not using these systems, and neither are you. But you want to know what flat earthers think. You don't actually care how a sextant or celestial navigation works. You don't care how the latitude system's formed with angles. Do you? Because you're asking the wrong people. And the people who actually use them don't care about your questions directed at flat earthers. They're out doing things. This guy's doing something with his angle measurements off Earth's planar surface used to acquire the angles with.
I look right now. The angle of the sun to the horizon is approximately 36 degrees. Now, if we do a bit of geometry and we draw a triangle between the sun, its geographic position, its shadow on Earth, and myself, I know that this angle of the triangle is roughly 36 degrees.
Hear that? This guy says he knows and then gives specific details of what he's actually doing. Now, Are people telling this man that he needs his kids removed, his balls cut off, and he needs to jump off a tall building to prove gravity because he's measuring Earth flat? Is he receiving such ridicule? No, the reason he's not is because he's out there actually measuring Earth flat, putting it into practical application. While other wankers, the guy before him, ask what flat earthers think about it. Again, a lot of the people we deal with who project their insecurities about what Earth is onto us are just mentally retarded. The guy before, oh, what do you think about GPS? Why would you ask me what I think about GPS? Am I making it? Am I building it? Am I utilising it in any way, shape or form? I'm on YouTube. Yeah, I'm a flat earther. Yeah, I understand that it's flat. Yeah, like the Cartesian system in your GPS you're asking about. Why are you asking me? What's your name? Who are you? Why are you asking the entire group questions like they owe you answers? They don't. What will give you is a mouthful of verbal abuse for your perceived justification in asking crackpot questions after doing a surface-level scratch of the surface to find out the answers yourself. You pathetic individual. Why aren't you going out and finding out how horizontal linear distances apply to elevation angles applied on a grid? Why aren't you doing that? You're asking me like I've got some sort of need to tell you. I don't. Yeah? Now, I do have an audience who are very entertained with my disdain, a crackhead, an idiot, a buffoon, vapid moron. You, sir, asking what flat earthers think about what this guy's out there doing, measuring Earth flat with angles. He just described his angle to the sun with respect to the horizon formed with the surface that he's getting an angle from. So he doesn't die. What's that? You want to know why flat earthers think something or other? Who cares? People are putting these flat Earth measurements into practical application. Here's one of them. He's not getting the question directed at him, though, is he? Why? Because the guy asking it's a moron. The guy asking the question's thick, stupid, idiotic, and he's asking a group that aren't actually doing any measurements what they think about it, simply because they know how flat Earth is. And knowing how flat Earth is doesn't mean I'm the arbiter of GPS. Doesn't mean I'm the arbiter of navigation or mapping. Doesn't mean I'm the arbiter of anything to do with surveying, flying, navigating. None of those things I have any responsibility for. I just know that Earth's flat to do them. Doesn't mean I owe you any fucking answers. Okay, you asked what a flat earther thinks, now I'm telling you. You don't deserve anything. Yeah? I've given you far more with a lot of disdain than you actually were justified in getting. You didn't deserve any of it. You are warranting a dismissal. Get lost. That's what you deserve. What do flat earthers think? I think you can go away, you stupid dweeb. That's what I think. Why are you projecting your insecurities? Why don't you go and research it, you stupid clown? That's what I think. Now you know. I think you're a clown that hasn't done any research. Go out and figure out how Earth's measured, and then you'd know how flat it is, rather than appealing to a group of people.
Now that will actually give me a distance that I am from the sun's shadow, from its GP.
I'd love
Distance like as in horizontal and linear that you could put on a map and measure with a scale. Yeah, we'd have to have a flat Earth to do distance acquisition measurements based on angles to GPs of sun. What's GP mean? Or ground position? Oh, what's that I hear? Twat bags in the echoes saying it's imaginary and not the ground. Really? So this guy's navigating imagination land, is he? You bunch of clowns that come here to oppose us. To tell us when we detail these facts of how this guy's going to not die when measuring the ground position with his angle measurement. That's not the ground, it's an imaginary line. Really? All right, well, I'll be sure to let him know on your behalf, will I, dickheads? No, I'm not in communication with the guy actually out there measuring Earth flat so he doesn't die. But you're putting these questions to me, like the crackpot example from Fisherman in a Box.
to know what their model is for understanding how to calculate distances using latitude and longitude.
Why are you asking this question? Idiot, number one, these measurements are flat. These distances are flat, and you want to know how flat earthers have a model for it. We don't! Are you retarded? Who told you flat earthers came up with models for distance and elevation angle? Did someone tell you this? Or are you just stupid? Whatever gave you that idea, you stupid clown? You wanted to know what I'd say to you? I'd say, why are you asking me, you stupid idiot? Why don't you go and ask a map maker or somebody who produces sextants Ask them why there's a horizon mirror. Then you'll start barking at it that it's not the ground, right? It's not the ground, horizon mirror. Argue with a sextant, you stupid crackpot. Don't ask an entire stereotyped community who have no bearing on any of these things. There is not a single person in the entire flat earth community who has produced a map or has produced a compass or has produced a sextant. None of them. Why are you asking them? Oh yeah, back to the original assertion made by me about 3 times. You are projecting your insecurities about what Earth is onto a group, rather than finding out how the tools used to measure horizontal, linear distance, elevation, angle, and a grid function. You're not doing any of those things, you're just lazy.
Now, the cool thing is, when I take a site like this in the morning, that allows me to draw a circle around the sun's geographic position. Now, I know I'm somewhere on that circle.
Well, as in flat, 2-dimensional circle of equal elevation, area of equal altitude, as described in all navigation books and manuals. Yeah, Earth's flat. That's how we navigate it, with circles of equal elevation, areas of equal altitude, derived from ground position measurements, with circles that have got a radius derived from the angle of elevation, elevation being from surface, straight lines being the line along the ground at 90, 0 and 180. From your position when measuring an angle. Yeah, these are all flat earth prerequisites. What's that I hear? Somebody asking me about these. Why? I'm not the one out on a boat. This guy is. He's not getting told his balls need cutting off, though, are they? Nobody's out there telling him that no miles aren't straight horizontal and that areas of equal elevation you'll use to not die aren't really the ground. Nobody's doing that to this guy. Nobody's telling him he doesn't deserve the oxygen he's breathing because he's measuring Earth flat. Nobody's trying to take their kids away from him because he's measuring Earth flat. None of those things are befalling him. But somehow societally, some twatbag thinks that he can ask a group with no association to anything to do with navigation what we think about it, and then suggest that we should jump off tall buildings to affirm their beliefs in gravity, that we should have our balls cut off because we shouldn't have the right to have children, simply because we understand and appreciate how this guy must and can only measure Earth flat to not die. With his circles of equal elevation, with his ground positions and his flat Earth prerequisite elevation angles and horizontal linear distance measurements. Not dying is what he's concerned about. You, asking flat earthers what they think, just want to tell me to jump off a building. And I'm sick of it. I'm telling the people who are asking in a category area what flat earthers think to go fuck themselves. They're all scum. It's projected fear and insecurity. And you're going to get a metaphorical slap from me from now on for doing it. What's that? Why are you asking me this? Why should I tell you? You're going to pay me? No? Well, what you'll get is vitriol and abuse for being stupid then. Dumbass! Go and look up what a mile is. Dumbass! Go and find out what the word Cartesian means. Dumbass! Look up what elevation means. Dumbass! Go and figure out what circle means in reference to the ground position and how flat circles are. Okay, dum-dum. That's what you get when you ask flat earthers, told off for being stupid. Moving forward, you will be the one who gets ridiculed for being thick. Didn't you understand what a fucking mile is, retard? Well, then you found out your answer from a flat earther. He told you while spitting feathers about how stupid you were. His name was Nathan Oakley. You asked flat earthers. You got one specific flat earther telling you, you're a retard. You know a fucking mile is, retard. Well, you got called a retard for it. So yeah, 10 years of abuse telling us that we should have our balls removed has resulted in the reality that the people saying it were just thick surface puke regurgitators who describe the title only with the word global in it, ignoring all flat earth prerequisites, measurements and applications of the calculations to give them circles of equal elevation. Dumbass! Next time, do a bit of research and you won't have me shouting at you and calling you thick.
I'm going to wait maybe 6-7 hours until the sun has moved from one part of the sky to the other. In the afternoon, I'm going to take another site. That site is
hours, like derivatives of elevation angle measurements that form the systems that we use for clocks and calendars. What those flat earth prerequisites? I mean, we seem to have quite a few different things that are absolutely dependent on Earth being measured flat to derive these systems, for him to ascribe this word hours for the sun's movement, for him to measure his flat Earth elevation angle measurement to it, so he doesn't die when he draws out circles of equal elevation based on ground positions and flat Earth angles. I mean, there's a lot of flat Earth prerequisites that idiots out there feel that they're justified in spitting feathers to us, whilst telling us simultaneously we don't deserve the air we're breathing. Yeah? Well, get this. Earth's measured flat by everyone in all circumstances. Me knowing that as a flat earther doesn't mean you are worthy of any of these answers. In fact, quite the contrary. I think the people who are this ignorant, who are asking these questions to the wrong group, should keep their ball so that we can see who the thickos are. These people over here who understood that they were on a ball because they were told at about age 5 and never relinquished it like Santa Claus, they can stay in that group. So what do I say? I say, actually, you're right about your ball. You should stay on that ball so we know exactly who you are, you dumbass. Yeah, so you can be segregated into a group of thickos. A group of subservient little dumbos who were told something and then just accepted it. You believe in Santa too, do you, dumbass? Because you were told he was real? Yeah, you were told it was global. You just never actually looked at how it functioned and how Earth got measured to produce it. Did you? Now, you think you're worthy of answering me? No, I think you should stay on your ball. We want to know exactly who you are so we can identify you quickly. Ball-believing dumbasses. Yeah? Stay on your ball, dum-dum. You don't warrant this information. You don't need this information. You're not going to do anything from the information. You're trying to acquire it from the completely wrong group who don't have any influence over it. So, yeah, you're definitely demonstrating why I want you to stay on your ball so you can be over there, identifiable quickly as idiots. Okay?
It's going to do the same thing. It's going to give me another circle. These two circles are going to intersect at two places. I know, by rough estimation, which of those two intersecting points I'm going to be at.
What is the flat earther belief when it comes to GPS? I mean, we use GPS every
Again, glad that this guy's on his ball so we can categorise him as unequivocally stupid. So, belief. At what point did this guy in his boat express him believing in anything while he's holding a tool for measurement and describing a process of drawing circles that intersect? Does he believe that they're intersecting at two fucking points? No, it's again a reason to keep these dumbasses segregated into their ball faith. Why do we, universally, stereotypically, flat earthers, want to wake people like that up? Why? Keep them where they are. Let them remain on the ball, quickly identifiable with their religious rhetoric. Yeah? Because he's too stupid. You definitely don't want this guy doing anything that's going to be in any way influential on whether or not people die. Because what's he going to do? Look around and go, what does everybody else around here think about this? He's not done any research. He doesn't know how to get a sextant. The guy on the boat does. Yeah? But he's being accused indirectly via the flat earthers of having a belief. Again, every reason to keep that guy and people like him over there. You're the dumbasses that still think you're on a ball. Good. Now we know exactly who you are and how little responsibility you should be given, you pathetic cuck. You were told you were on a ball and you just accepted it. So if I tell you that we're dangling upside down in reality, you'll just accept that too, won't you? Oh, yeah, definitely. In fact, I think that's gravity. Yeah, that's why you're over here in the dumb corner on a ball. Yeah, well away from people actually measuring Earth's flat surface. Okay? Stay there. Yeah, what do I think? I think you're right. You, not me, should be on that ball. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, ball. Yeah. I don't think I need to tell you that ball was created with flat Earth measurements because you wouldn't understand. Don't worry your precious little head about it. It's still a ball. And we've still got Santa.
every day on our phone to get from here to there. So obviously it works.
Shoot me a message and I'd be happy to talk more in depth about how we as navigators find our way around the world using celestial navigating.
No, I'm good. I don't need to contact you. I mean, I spent a good 2 or 3 years learning about this because we were being confronted by people who said I shouldn't be breathing and that my kids should be taken away from me and I need to jump off tall buildings. So I learned about it like you learned about it, and I understand implicitly how flat Earth must be. So I don't really need to waste your time when you're out on your boat. No offence to you, mate. Good for you. You've put the flat Earth prerequisite elevation angle measurements, horizontal linear distances, circles of equal elevation and ground positions, along with the latitude system. Should your Cartesian flat Earth grid on the computerised GPS system fail, to good use. And I applaud you. Well done. I don't need any further information. You'll notice that I've just given a very concise summary of exactly what you do to find your way on your maps when you find your intersection points on your 2 circles of equal elevation. I can summarise it quite well on a live stream. So I don't really need any help in that regard. But what's that? You were putting your name out there so people who are the sickos on the ball could have contacted you. No, they were too stupid to contact you, mate. They contacted the flat earthers. Why? I don't know. That's why we like to keep them on the ball over there in the thick corner. Yeah, it's good that we know who they are.
I like the way he said, we as navigators, meaning the navigators, people that use the tool.
Okay, so that's that. Big shout out to Fisherman in a Box. I'm glad you've covered it with some little clips because I really did want to cover this in sincerity when I saw him on my TikTok feed. I'm sure he's probably completed his journey by now because it was about a month ago that I saw him doing this with his GPS potential failure, and the way he phrased it on the video I watched was that he just had a desire to do it in the old school way. Like, I just want to do it manually for the whole journey. You're like, cool. You know, that's certainly applicable to us. If only there were more hours in the day, I'd definitely cover you. So the fact that Fisherman in a Box has gone and intersected him saying this from a section of society that I've been saying we should go over and look at them, the navigators, the people putting it to practical use on the ocean, the people building the buildings and surveying the land, the people flying the aeroplanes, the people who aren't being told their balls should be cut off and their kids should be taken away for measuring Earth flat. They're the group that we should go and look at. And then what Fisherman in a Box has done is taken the group of retards over here on the ball side that ask flat earthers how GPS works, those dumbasses, and juxtapose it with the people who actually practically apply flat earth measurements to their not dying at sea. So very well done, Fisherman in a Box. I'll put another link to your video so that people can actually go and subscribe to you. He does a lot of nice, friendly shout-outs for Nathan Oakley 1980, so I really do appreciate Fisherman in a Box. Hopefully when I'm doing the book, he's on the list of people to ask to have me on his show. Probably the smallest YouTuber, but still, you know, it's not all about getting the numbers. It's all about being somewhere that you want to be, having fun, doing what you do as a YouTuber. And I am so privileged and thankful to everybody who supports me in my flat earth YouTubing endeavours for allowing me to sit so comfortably in this seat, barely paying the mortgages, but nevertheless doing what I do and have been doing for the last 12 years. Thank you. You are all ace. And moving forward, people have been saying, well, what is it? You've been saying that this is now a done deal, and does that mean that you're going away? Does that mean you'll have a change of format? No. Pretty much nothing will change. We'll sit here daily, Monday to Friday, unless I make loads of money and then maybe I'll take a day off. Unlikely. Doing what we do, talking about Earth and the nature of reality, like we do, because we've got an expertise in it, having been doing it for 12 years, personally. We can all talk about it educatedly. But that won't change. What will change is how we segregate ourselves from conspiratards and numpty dipshits who sit over here on a ball asking a group of people who have no bearing on how GPS works, so that they can project their insecurities onto next man rather than face them or do any research. Now, we will be segregating ourselves from them. And when they come along and get up in our face and say, well, how do you explain celestial navigation? Get out of my face, you stupid dweeb. How dare you even talk to me? What are you doing? You think you are owed answers? No, you're owed a slap in the face, metaphorically speaking. Piss off. That's what you'll get. And as you're walking away, wondering what the fuck just happened, we'll be talking about you and analysing you. Go, this dumbass didn't understand what a measurement of miles was. What a retard. Didn't understand what the celestial navigation system was in GPS, in the form of a Cartesian grid. What a thicko. Don't associate yourselves with us, thickos. Stay over in your dumbass corner on a ball where we can easily identify you. Tell you to get lost if you come anywhere near us. Don't be demanding questions and answers from us, because you won't fricking get them. You'll just get the same kind of level of abuse we have suffered for being what, stupid? No. The people out there measuring Earth measure it flat. We know this. And it means that we can very much separate ourselves from the rest of retarded society who were trained incorrectly to believe they were on a ball derived from those very same flat Earth measurements. You stay over there with your stupid friends who think they're on a ball by way of the belief, like this guy just expressed, by projection onto flat earthers and what they believe. No, dum-dum. You can keep your ball that you believe in. We and our understanding of how Earth is measured don't hold any beliefs. There aren't any necessary. If you want to call flat Earth measurements beliefs, then what, do you believe in the derivation of an elevation angle to give you your radius value for you to believe in a ball? Because if so, you haven't got any measurements to believe in, you stupid dumbass. One of the reasons we'll go, get lost, because you don't deserve these answers. You deserve to be segregated in a place we can all identify easily. Ball Earth Believer Corner, we'll call it. I'm done.
How come I didn't hear him mention anything about pi equaling 2? Oh, because that doesn't mean anything. That's right, yeah.
Don't know what that means either, Neil. What the hell are you babbling about? Pi equals 2.
Well,
Pi doesn't equal 2.
When celestial navigation comes up, I keep hearing circumferences and pi equals 2 and how everything is wrong. So I was just wondering.
I mean, when you hear that from somebody next time, it's piss off, you stupid idiot. Pi equals 2. Why are you talking to us, you complete crackpot? Go away. That should be your response. Because these people who speak like that are just idiots. Not worthy of your time, Neil.
Yeah, I hear things like, Nathan said it's an imaginary line.
Yeah, I get it. There's plenty of people who want me to be their king and the arbiter of these measurements that we can talk about. Knowing and understanding what these measurements are does not make me the king of measurements. But somehow they think that, well, because I've said it. Yeah. How fascinating that I can verbalise how flat Earth got measured to create a heliocentric system so that we can now separate ourselves from the tosspots who believe in it and go over there and believe in your stupid ball that was made with flat Earth measurements. What's that? But Nathan says, I don't care. Yeah, don't put me on some pedestal. I don't want you and your snot-nosed adenoidal twats worshipping me like I'm the arbiter of this stuff. Knowing it doesn't mean I'm responsible for it. Knowing how flat this guy measured it doesn't mean that it's suddenly Nathan's elevation angle measurements. They're not. Bunch of crackpot stalkers.
Yeah, and it's sustainable by design, and they talk about an imaginary line to the sun. One. But what the observer is standing on is not imaginary.
All sustainable by design do is put into words something that is measurable and capable of being put into practical application. So it's the difference between taking something that's practically applied and saying, how can I verbally describe this with English? That's a definition. The definition, if it never existed, if there was no sustainable by design and there was no dictionary, people could still measure angles. They wouldn't need to verbalise anything in order to measure angles to the sun with respect to the horizon, to derive a ground position for that sun so they can draw two circles and find the intersect points and figure out by a process of elimination where they are on the flat ground they just measured. Now, I've just put that into words. Does that mean that if I write that down and publish it, I suddenly have some responsibility for the guy out at sea doing it? No, my words had no influence on him. But some people think that because there are, 20 different citations that I can pull from to describe and verbalise what areas of equal elevation are, what angles of elevation are, what distances are, that means that they're verbally the arbiters of those things. No, that's just dudes, men and women, putting into a verbal construct a way of explaining it to dumbasses like you. Now, there are certain dumbasses that will go out and they go, I don't like how you described it to me. You must change it. Oh, really? Yeah, you're the kind of person that I don't want anywhere near me. Go away. Pathetic individual that feels that a verbalisation of something that's ipso facto measuring Earth flat will in any way have any influence over how Earth gets measured flat. It just gets measured flat. How it's defined is irrelevant, you bunch of crackpots. You think you're changing anything by getting in touch with the dictionary and going, actually, if we believe we're on a sphere, it would mean that the horizontal plane the observer is standing on couldn't be the observer's plane that he's standing on because there isn't one. And so you need to change it. No, dumbass. It just means that the world we measure doesn't comport with your sphere belief. Not that the definitions need changing, you bunch of idiots. You don't think you need to attack the measurement process? Oh no, you'll attack the verbalization and definition process. Oh well, that's going to make a big difference. Obviously, you changing how it appears in the dictionary will change its functional usefulness. No, you're barking up the wrong tree, dickheads.
Yeah, I like the way you said that, Nathan, because it's true. If there were no dictionaries and nothing, it would still be done the same way. Use a sextant, that's how you'll use it. No words needed.
Yeah. Throughout my debating career, I have attempted, because I am fundamentally lazy, to not be in a position to require citations for anything. At all. I can verbalise things. What is a citation? Some other guy putting into a verbal description something which we can practically apply in the case of these measurements. I can do that. What do you mean I don't need any citations? I can tell you, not ask you, tell you what these things are. And you don't have to fucking like it. What's that? Somebody else defined it and you can go and tell them to change it, amend it, add to it. Yes, you can. Now tell me, when I say Earth's measured flat with an elevation angle measurement, the ground position is acquired using one line of the angle formed with the horizontal plane of reference the observer is stood on when he or she measures it. End quote, Nathan Oakley. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. Bang! Get the fuck out of my face, you specky-faced adenoidal twat. I couldn't give a fuck what you feel about how I verbalised it. I'm not asking your opinion, I'm telling you what it is. And you don't have to fucking like it. Start putting these little pricks in order. These idiots think that they have some influence over it. What, because you can contact Sus Design and bark at them? Yeah, well done. Try that in front of me and find out what fucking happens. You won't be barking Jack at me. Maybe you can buy a copy of my book and yell at that, because it'll be in black and white pretty soon. And what I'm currently doing is removing as many citations as humanly possible from my literature where I will tell you what's what, with my name on it. Now, if you don't like it, you can have a word in person, but don't be too surprised if I tell you where to go, because that's what I will do, because I'm not interested in your opinions on the matter. Your opinions are worthless. My ability to eloquently detail and verbalise how things get measured on flat Earth is irrelevant to you spotty adenoidal twats. Nothing you do will change how I define these things, and I will define these things as they are practically applied. Earth's measured flat.
Now, I'm glad you ended with that, because if I'm remembering correctly, I know I am, but when you first started saying that, there were people saying that, oh, you can't say that, you have to add caveats to it. I was like, but why? It is, isn't it? Make it flat. Why do we have to add anything to it?
We don't.
Exactly. But it was contended. I don't know why. There was a lot of contention against Earth being measured flat when this whole thing started with, it being a flat Earth debate. So now we got flat Earth fact, and it's like, don't say that. What do you mean, don't say that?
Yeah, well, these people can relinquish whatever measurements they like. When I accurately detail how elevation angles are measured to form the latitude system for the sake of argument, if you want to reject that, you feel free. Now, obviously, I'm not going to, moving forward, take it upon myself to explain the consequences of you relinquishing something that foundationally is relied upon to form a ball measurement with. Now, we haven't got any ball measurements, we've just got flat ones. But the aftermath of measuring Earth flat means that you can create and calculate a ball to believe in. Now, if you relinquish them, you haven't got anything to make your ball with. Now, you may not appreciate that because, again, another reason to keep you over here in the eternally ignorant corner of ball belief, where you surface scratchers go, global positioning system, eureka! Yeah, good. Yeah, is that enough for you? Good. Yeah, stay over there, well away from us.
Yeah, so that would be stay far away.
What, a horizontal linear distance measurement calculable after the fact to produce balls with? Like distance measurements? Like surface level measurements? Like the extrapolations on screen with parallel eye levels to infer that you've got a geometric horizon in an orthographic view? Yeah, all of these flat Earth prerequisites, you feel free. If you don't want surface level, fundamentally required for you to believe you're on a ball, don't have it. It's fine by me. Yeah, chuck it in the bin. What's that? You want it to be imaginary surface level? Okay. So you haven't got any real measurements to base your ball on then. Just imaginary ones. Okay, that's fine by me. I don't care. But I mean, the guy out who's actually measuring the surface level to form an angle so he can find his position, he knows how real those measurements are when he finds his way home with them on the ground using the ground positions, GPs. Yeah, he knows it's real. But for you, surface level, that's imaginary because it's not ball-shaped. Well, I mean, we will still measure it to give you your ideas of being on a ball. Those are the consequences of you telling me how wrong I am when I accurately and concisely and eloquently verbalise how flat Earth gets measured in all instances. You can tell me I'm wrong. And moving forward, I won't even tell you, well, that means you haven't got a ball to believe in, because I don't care. In fact, quite the contrary, I might agree with you. I might lie to you. Yeah, you're right. Bless you. The horizontal plane of reference the observer is standing in to measure these angles with respect to a horizon to acquire GPs. They're imaginary. We then go on and make a ball with them. Those imaginary, non-surface measurements. Yeah, imaginary, yeah. Off you fuck. Over into that group of dickheads that don't understand anything. So we know where you all are. Maybe we can get you a little badge that says ball believer so we can quickly go, oh, yeah, one of them retards.
A ball sucker?
Yeah, ball sucker. That's what we'll call you, ball suckers.
I quite like the term curvert.
Yeah. Curvert as they
great.
pervert the measurements they require for their own stupid belief. At least I got a show title for today. Cuverts. I'm going to add that now.
We're being watched by Cuverts.
Being watched by Cuverts. Yeah, I'm going to add that.
Wait a second. I got a Curvert in the chat. Let's see what he has to say. His name is the Round Axiom. Nathan, we measure elevation angles of a horizontal that is parallel with all. And he says no proof. But we calculate an arc length for baseline distance. Very convincing.
Baseline distance is flat. Elevation angle measurement's flat. What's he talking about?
I don't know. He said you calculate an arc length for baseline distance.
Yeah, the baseline distance is flat.
Is not a measurement.
The arc length that he's describing is a derivation based on the angle measurement. The arc is the angle. You put a degree symbol after a measurement of the sun, like the guy did with his sextant. So you measure an arc of the sun. Yeah, that means the angle to the sun. That's all the degree measurement is, like the curve of the protractor. But the two straight lines that are forming that angle are one along the ground. He's described it with the horizon being the use of acquisition based on the horizon mirror in his sextant, and the other's the sun. So what? Because the tool has got an arc. That means the surface is arced. Yeah, that's actually how you form your ball. You measure Earth as a flat plane with an angle and go, oh, well, there's an arc in the tool. That must be the surface. Yeah. I mean, you could thank me for educating your dumbass in how you've been lied to. I don't believe it's a lie. It's just a misapprehension by a retard. What's the curve of the tool is the surface? Sorry, you're confusing the degrees of the angle you measure with the line you are measuring, you complete dumbass. Yeah, you can thank me later. What's that? You want to tell me I'm wrong? Fuck off, you stupid, pathetic, adenoidal little twat.
We're being watched by Cuverts.
Yeah, they want the arc of the tool to be the arc of the ground. You're a retard. You think the protractor's the ground. Now, you're measuring the degrees through the protractor. The ground isn't the curve of the protractor. You're a fucking retard. But that's it. I'm glad. I'm glad we can start separating ourselves from these guys. We will care less and less to point these things out to them. They're not worthy of these descriptions. What's that? I should have said. What's that? You think the curve of the protractor's the ground curving? Yeah. Good lad. Over there in the corner with the rest of the fucktards. Go on. Let's give you a little badge. Ball believer. So we can identify you quickly.
Or I could have just said, why are you telling me this? Go get the guy's name that was just doing celestial navigation and present this question to him. It's telling me for.
I don't know, but I do want to stress test my graphics card because it started crashing. It's a couple of years old and it seems like even detuning the thing to the nth degree doesn't future-proof you against obsolescence in the form of decay. Entropy is a bitch. So I might stay alive a little bit longer and play a game of Fortnite to just stress the graphics card and make sure it won't crash at the beginning of a live stream rather than at the end of it. But it's been a fun show.
Are we going to go through this again? Worrying about computers crashing?
Well, it's crashed. It crashed yesterday.
Shows.
It did crash yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
It's stayed in perfect fettle for about 2 years. So I'm not complaining.
Mine crashes when it's overheated, so maybe just get a second fan on it.
Do you know how many fans there are in this passive computer? Passive meaning no fans. How many fans do you think are in it? It's passive.
There should be none.
Should be none. There's 9.
9.
Yeah, there's 9 fans in this passive PC. They come on when it gets hot, I absolutely assure you. But there we go.
I told you what you got to do to solve this problem. Just do the show from a refrigerated box.
Now I've just turned the graphics card down by 15 megahertz, and that's hopefully going to resolve the problem, as it was pretty stable and has been for 2 years. Turning it down a tiny smidge should hopefully resolve the problem. I'm pretty sure it will. We will find out, as we're going to stay live for a little bit. But we've come up on the hour, so, you know, the only people who are watching after the fact are going to be the dedicated audience members. For whatever reason, there's been a very limited live stream audience. It's hardly gone above 50 all day, for the full hour, rather.
It's the calm before the storm. The Cuverts back. The round axiom. Divergent. Even Nathan, I guess he's talking to Divergent Droid. Even Nathan admitted for all of you that you have no relevance. That's what they hear.
Well, why are you giving us it then? You know, you're here appealing to us, you stupid clown. So you understand and have heard us describe how we don't have any bearing on things like GPS, like we didn't create these systems. I'm not a manufacturer of sextants. I'm not out at sea measuring an angle. Yeah, but are you going to go out and tell the guy we played invited you specifically to contact him if you have any questions. So go and ask him, do you understand that actually miles are bent? Go and do it, you stupid dumbass. We've told you we don't want you near us, but you're still here in our chat. Yeah, go away. Yeah? We don't want you. Yeah? You are irritating. Like a dose of thrush.
The guy did say, we who navigate, so he's welcoming the question. So what this guy does is he comes right to this chat instead of going to the guy that does celestial navigation. That's weird.
Yeah, it's called barking up the wrong tree. Yeah, the squirrel's not up this tree, dumbass. Yeah, what you found is you found your way to a Fortnite playing flat Earth YouTuber, and I start asking him about how systems that are built by engineers work, how Cartesian grids work, how we feel about areas of equal elevation, and you're simultaneously telling us that the arc of a protractor is the arc of the ground. You know, to me, you're not worthy of being here, you're not worthy of our time, you're just too stupid, I'm afraid. And that annoys me. You know, because the same level of stupidity is that leads this type of person to tell us that we don't deserve to have kids.
Yeah, I just told him go ask the navigator because he really wants help. He's like, explain why you would calculate a baseline curve.
We wouldn't. We're not doing that. Idiot. Yeah, why would we? We're not. Yeah? Again, barking up the wrong tree, you stupid dumbass. Does it look like I'm calculating anything? I'm playing Fortnite, you stupid clown. Go and ask somebody who's measuring the surface flat about why they're measuring Earth flat. Go and ask them. Yeah, not us.
Yeah, they're focused on you, Nathan. That's who they're zeroing in on. So I guess they just constantly go over the shows. And Nathan said the Ordnance Surveyor is consequential. Ordnance Surveyor says its maps are not true scale. So go contact the Ordnance Surveyor.
Ordnance Survey.
Yeah, too.
So the maps are... So you're telling me that Ordnance Survey disclaim how inaccurate their maps are? I mean, okay. That's not what we get gleamed when we were looking at the Ordnance Survey. We played a video where they were very, very proud of their accuracy. I seem to remember covering a map guy when he was telling us they were accurate to within 1 millimetre. I shit you not. But apparently there's also disclaimers from Cuverts that say that these people who pride themselves on accuracy have got inaccurate maps. Okay, don't use them then, you fucking retard. You say that they're not accurate. Don't use them. Okay? What's that? You want me to know that they say that they're... Sorry, do you think the words are going to change how these maps are used? Is that what you think? You think words have a bearing on it, do you? No.
Well, Ordnance Surveys, based on the provided search, more commonly referred to as land surveyors using coordinate systems, are professionals who define precise...
Sorry, what are coordinate systems? Oh, flat Earth prerequisite angles that give us flat grids? Those are flat. Okay, so... Hello? Retard, you need a little badge that says Bull Believer. Coordinate systems. Are you hearing me on FM, clown shoes?
Well, I want to get the next part out because it says they are professionals who define precise three-dimensional or two-dimensional positions on the Earth's surface using numerical coordinates.
Yeah, so we'll need coordinates then.
Yeah.
Well, they're flat. Dumbos. Oh, right. Well, let's just ignore how flat the coordinate system is by way of flat Earth elevation angle measurement for the coordinates. Let's just ignore that.
Yeah, it's ordinate, y coordinate. In a grid system, the ordinate is the perpendicular distance of a point from the x-axis representing the north-south position. Oh, those are directions. But yeah, why are you bothering us? We're just having a conversation. Go contact these other people.
Yeah, we're not professionals.
Yeah,
Professionals on YouTube.
We're flat earthers. We just have a lot of knowledge in it because we've been in it for 10 years, but I never owned a boat.
Yeah, imagine if society suddenly got hold of this clown. Sorry, so you say that these map systems are wrong, inaccurate, not useful. And who did you tell about this? Did you do something about it? Yeah, I got in touch with the flat earthers. Really? Okay. Good job. Did they have any bearing on it? Did they make the changes that you were hoping for? Clown shoes. Did we make the changes? So do you think it was down to me to make the changes because you say the maps are inaccurate with the coordinate systems? Okay. No, I'm not going to be making any changes. I don't really know why you're appealing to me. Am I your god? Have you made me your god of elevation angles? Is that what this is? How sad. Get a grip.
I'm getting an answer. He said he don't need to ask a navigator. I have the answer, but it seems a bit odd on flat Earth. Really?
But
There's no answers.
You think the elevation angle measurements used to acquire the degree numbers after the positional information's odd? No, it's just flat. You stupid idiot. But to you think it's a bit odd. Again, it seems like instead of now elevating me to your god, you've decided that you have some circumstantial influence over this. Nobody gives the tiniest of shits. If you understand how flat a coordinate system is, you don't have any bearing on it either. You notice how when I demote myself in terms of my lack of importance in this regard, the guy defers to whether or not he understands it. You are a fucking nobody. Nobody gives a shit if you understand this stuff, and you have no influence over it. You won't be making any changes, and you didn't develop the systems. Okay? Is that clear? You ineffectual nothing. These people want to have some bearing on the world and how it's mapped. And when they are challenged based on their belief system, they find flat earthers to tell that they're wrong. I mean, this is a pretty sad state of affairs, really, isn't it? This is what these dweebs need to feel better. Like, go and speak to the map makers and see how quickly they tell you to shut your stupid dweeby mouth about how accurate they do their job that you have no bearing on. You stupid, pathetic, snot-nosed, adenoidal, jam-jar-wearing idiots. Nobody gives a shit what you think you need to know. Is that clear? What I'll be doing from now on is pointing out how unimportant you are with regards to this subject. That's all you'll be doing. Oh, well, I don't think this works on it. Nobody gives a shit, dweeb. Why are you telling anybody? Nobody cares.
But actually,
with this axiom word, I never seen this guy the round axiom. It could be a Bevite. You never know. There he goes again. Odd to calculate a baseline curved in cell nav. You don't, you freaking moron. I thought you said you had all the answers. You sound like a schmuck right now.
Yeah, if he's got all the answers, why is he here appealing to us? You already know. Oh, right, so you're just here to sniff your own farts, are you? Lord it over flat earthers? Oh, right, so what society deems to be the stupidest people, you want to come and lord it over? Oh, wow. Oh, wow, how pathetic. That just demonstrates to me how little influence you have in the actual subject that you're debating flat earthers over. Yeah, that's none. You have no bearing on anything you're talking about. But what's that? You can come and lord it over the flat earthers? Is that how pathetic your needs are? How sad.
Well, I didn't hear that guy just doing his celestial navigation mention anything about a curve. So I don't know what this guy's on about. I mean, why would he? He's a professional. He knows how to use it.
This computer seems fine. By that I mean it hasn't crashed or glitched or anything. So hopefully it'll last another 5 years.
Can you put your hand on top of the graphics card to feel how warm it is?
No, I've got a temperature gauge. I can tell you exactly how hot it is. It's currently 60
Right.
degrees with a 73 degrees hotspot, memory 70 degrees. I'm so used to it being a twitchy, crash-ridden, glitchy machine that I've got all of the hardware info temperatures permanently on the desktop. So if
Right, do
something
you know
does
what
go wrong, I can
temperature
immediately glance
usually
across.
cuts out at?
Say again.
Sorry, I cut you off. Do you know what temperature it usually cuts out at?
It'll cut out at about 75. But that's not why it's.
But
I don't think
general-
that's. I don't think that was the problem. So when it crashed yesterday, I'd only just loaded the game in. It hadn't overheated, so it wasn't a temperature issue. And again, I only know that because I've got so used to it being twitchy that I've put a permanent temperature gauge in so I can see. Oh right, it's crashed. What temperature is it? I'll immediately look across.
Right. Did you restart it and it was all right?
Yeah. Well, no, I'd lowered the frequency of the graphics card.
Right. Sometimes my PC, if I've been on an application for quite some time, if I go into another one, it just won't load. I have to restart the PC and then it loads fine. I don't know why that is.
For me, my machine generally spuzzes out a bit whenever Windows forces the latest updates, so I always have to roll them back.
That I've got automatic updates set, so it could have just been an update.
Len, are you on Windows 10 or 11?
7. This live show's been going over an hour.
11.
How was the changeover from 10 to 11? I'm still on 10, you see, and I'm scared.
It was fine. There's nothing wrong with 11.
In my opinion, there's a lot of crap running in the background unnecessarily. But yeah, I just roll back all the updates besides any necessary security gear.
Right, well, I keep getting notifications saying, well, we no longer support 10, so you best change to 11. And then every few weeks I'll still get an update. And I'm thinking, well, you're still supporting 10 then. You're just pushing me to 11.
Seems reasonable.
I've had a few nightmares. So that might have been early on during the. It might be safe to change over now. But there was quite a few people lost a lot of their content and their data in the changeover from 10 to 11.
Okay. I didn't have that problem. Does anyone else share my outrage with people asking us questions about this subject matter? It's like,
Yeah, me.
Yeah, but it is going to take a bit of getting used to because we've been used to facing these questions for years, Nathan. So to suddenly say, no, we don't want to face them. Yeah, I get it, but it's going to take a bit of time to get used to it.
well, we've taken it upon ourselves to sniff our own farts like we are the arbiters of these questions. Like we have some influence over the answers. It's like, we don't. We just don't.
No, but our title and the way this genre is set up implies that we do.
Yeah. It's designed to give us the impression that we have some consequence on it. I get it.
Not if you're a champion. You're holding a belt up and saying, you ain't worth the challenge. Why ain't they worth the challenge? Because it never was a fight. But see, Nathan, you know what happens when you don't engage? What happens is they become stalkers, and they stalk you, and you get messages throughout the night. Don't these people sleep?
You're having a midlife crisis together.
Yeah, it's weird. You know, like, what's the point? Somebody says go away. We don't want to be bothered with you. Just go away. Think by just continuing to send messages, like somebody's going to take an interest. It's going to be annoying.
Right, 0 drop frames. Happy days.
What chapter are you going to be working on today? 10?
I think it's 10. I can't remember if we finished 10 yesterday or not.
And how many chapters are there?
13 with half chapters. So in between each chapter, there's an anecdotal chapter. There's also going to be an addition to one of the half chapters that's about a character who I met early on called Robin Poe, because she whistled past all of the flat earth prerequisites for distance and elevation when she was making her transducer, or whatever you call it, transceiver, that's the one, connections out in Italy. But for the fact that she had measurements of Earth as a flat plane, she couldn't have made the assertion that she was seeing too far. So I'm going to incorporate that fact into the final housekeeping question, which made all others redundant, which is there any evidence that you can acquire an elevation angle measurement from surface level?
From a curved surface.
No, what's the question? Is there any evidence that Earth is measured at anything other than flat? That's the one.
Right, yeah, that's the final one.
Yeah, so I've got to incorporate that into one of the anecdotes. Like I say, I'll incorporate it into Robin Poe's anecdote. But with that, I'm going to say if you are watching this on either Nathan Oakley 1980 or Nathan Oakley Premiering streams, then stay tuned as there will be an after show to follow. Jolly good. Hopefully the book will come out, it'll sell, and then I won't need to do any more e-begging. So, like, if this computer does eventually die, I can just buy a new one. If the iPad does fail to charge, I can just buy a new one. Like ever, when you do a new endeavour like the microphones, you kind of, to keep yourself going, plan the nice things that you'll buy with the money that you earn. Whereas in reality, the money just disappears on credit card debt. So what I wanted to do is buy a load of acoustic treatment for behind me, Well, now I'm back to the position that I was. Now I've paid off all the credit cards that we accumulated over the last 12 months. So there's no money left for acoustic treatment, which is a shame, really. But maybe it'll be one of the first things I do if I get some money from the books.
Well, the real question is once you become an author, what type of facial hair are you going to grow?
I thought you were going to ask what type of pipe I was going to buy.
What style of beardy weirdy will you become?
Exactly. What length of beard and how pointy will the pipe be that I point at people as I talk and puff on it?
It's got to be like the Captain Jack pipes that bend down, like you get on your, not the straight ones, the ones that curve down and you hold them like under your chin. It's got to be one of those pipes.
Yes, and I'll start taking about 3 times longer over answering anything. So instead of, so how's your day been today, Nathan? Oh, it's been all right. It's, how's your day been today, Nathan? I feel I should ponder this question much longer.
Take a couple of puffs of the pipe.
Exactly.
You have to turn and face out the window, look into the distance.
In a catalogue pose, hand on one knee. Blue steel.
Yeah, you definitely have to have your legs crossed with the pipe and the facial hair. Maybe a little cap too. Little sailor's cap or something.
Black cap and a goatee or a moustache.
Something like that.
Purple beret.
Yeah, exactly. As I ponder these questions of how I came up with this book, get back to me next week.
And a monocle in your top pocket.
It was a long process. I had to deal with thieves and robbers. I had to deal with a lot to get this book out.
I don't know
You have to deal with a lot just to keep the show on the air. You know, you speak of the early days of the porn bobbing, and I'm sure there are plenty of other techniques that people use to get you banned. But you're still here.
Yeah, those people that left at the end of the journey, well, not the end of the journey, but at that last hurdle, freaking people fell and dropped away. What a shame. I was thinking about what Nathan said the other day. Jaron, what a shame. You know, you're right there. And you just
Not really.
packed it in.
He was arrogant.
Yeah, but he was there from the beginning, right? You go through all of that stuff. But then again, yeah, we don't know who's who anyway.
I love your justification. He was arrogant. On today's show, I demanded that the idiots who weren't worthy of our time call me their god. You realise that, right?
Yeah, but you're still here. You didn't pack it in.
Yeah, no one likes a quitter.
Especially an arrogant one. If you're going to be arrogant, you got to stay in a fight, even though there's no fight. You got to make believe there's a fight. Aren't you even making believe there's a debate?
In fact, no, it wasn't his arrogance. It was his disingenuous accusations about you, Nathan, being a scammer. That was the end of the line, then.
It's pure projection.
You see, it was the end of the line for us, but not for Nathan. Nathan was still reaching out. I had it with that prick the first time.
Yeah, but I made a song off the back of that. So every cloud has its silver lining.
Yeah, and I honestly think that the original issue with Bob Nodell and Netflix never really got resolved because he died and his wife was sensitive to the discussions. So I think there's still a lot of resentment due to the unresolved differences.
Beep, 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 beep. Message coming through. Message coming through. All you personally have had was Tent Man and his numbers. He was just a bridge salesman. You all fell for it. I gotta laugh at that one. Oh boy. Well, you need a flat plane to be falling.
Again, as well, like what Tenth Man has contributed and what he's gone through personally, and that's how he's treated.
Yeah, because pi equals 2. Don't you understand that?
Exactly. What these people need to point out to them is you realise that you are fundamentally unlikable, right? You are a cunt. Whoever that person is, cunt. You know, that is why socially you're an outcast. That's why women always scorned you and frowned at you. That is why society has shunned you. That is why people don't like you. Yeah? Now, understand, people don't like you. Now, we are included in that group. Now, you're chewing up our time, sending us messages demanding we give you your attention. And all we're telling you is, fuck off. And your reaction to us going, fuck off, we don't want to be around you, you're horrible, is to stick around. So even in the face of people who tell you, we don't want to be around you, we don't like you, you're fundamentally unlikable, you're still here. Now, what that tells me is you've got such a low self sense of esteem that you're willing to hang around with people who despise you in the face of them telling you that fact. You're not thinking, what's that? You don't like me? Oh, well, I'd rather be around people who do like me. Yeah? Now, obviously, I can't control the creepy ass Gollum-like stalkers that come along and insult us. We can't control those people who proactively seek out those who tell them they despise them. We don't want to be around you. We find you irritating. Everything about you is something we despise. But you're still here. It's like, okay. Now, I can't do much about you hanging around us when we're telling you to fuck off. But it does speak volumes about the type of person you are. Yeah? In the face of this kind of rejection, you still hang around. It is pathetic. You reek.
Yeah, especially this one. We don't like you. Go away. So bringing up 10th Man, bringing up Brian and Adam, that doesn't mean anything. I've had plenty of friends that knifed me in the back that are no longer friends. Stuff like this happens. See, he don't know about things like that because he never had any friends.
But he's hanging around people who tell him that they don't like him. It's like these people that he's describing are what? Former friends that upon their disgraceful behaviour, we had the dignity to walk away from them, disassociate from them, not be around them. You, the one telling us in the face of us saying we don't like you. Yeah, we're trying to turn our back on you and you won't let us because you're such a pathetic, desperate cuck that you force your presence on people. Yeah, that's partly why people don't like you. Yeah? Now, the people they're describing had the good graces to stay fucked off. Oh, we don't want to be around you anymore. Well, we haven't heard anything from them since. Good. Yeah, at least they've got dignity. As much as they tried to fuck me over, I can at least applaud them for having the dignity to going, what, you don't want us around you anymore? Fine. If you don't want me around you, I won't be around you. Obviously, I don't want to be around people who don't want me there. But you, the guy who Neil's reacting to, you don't have that dignity, do you? You're just pathetic and it reeks. This is the reason you're societally shunned. It's the reason you need the internet to have any sort of social interaction. And the only kind of social interaction you can garner is from people who fucking hate you.
Yeah, Eddie Bear, we just don't like you. We never did. You never came in correct, and you're still not coming in correct. So your pi equals 2, you can wipe your ass with it.
He's a retard. Pi equals 2. What a retard. You're a retard, man. We don't want you around us. You're poison. Like, your retarded declaration to pi equal 2 are just making everybody around you despise you even more for being utterly stupid. Go away with your stupid pi equals 2. You're a retard.
Oh, he claims it's a FED measurement. So you said we measured it and it's pi equals 2?
So we didn't measure anything to be pi equals 2. The guy's a fucking liar. So again, Bear, if you stood in front of me and suggested that I had ever said pi equals 2, I would break your fucking teeth. Because you're a liar. Yeah, that's what I'd do. In society, you'd have your fucking teeth knocked out of your head for lying. But you can't do that. You're here in the face of people telling you that they despise you and don't want you around us, and all you can do is lie about us. That's what you do. It makes you fundamentally unlikable. Nobody likes that person. Yeah? I wish pain upon you because you're a disgrace to the human population. You are fundamentally flawed, both mentally and societally. You're incapable of being genuine. You're disingenuous with your deceit. Now, if you're going to go around lying about us, understand that's why people don't like you. At no point have we suggested that pi equals 2. That's your construct. Again, you want to project this onto us. And it's the reason why you'd have the shit kicked out of you if you did it in society. You start barefaced lying about people, you find you have your head kicked in. That's what people do to people like you. You want to make up lies and shit about me? All right, I'll just take my revenge on your face.
Sorry, just wanted to point out the poor man, he has no friends. He's just hanging about waiting for you to dunk his head down the toilet. Why else would he come in and take abuse every day otherwise?
Yeah, he's literally coming into the toilets where all the cool kids are smoking and then lying about them so they dunk his head down the toilet. So is that so that you can have some human contact because somebody's grabbing your ankles? You can finally feel the contact of human flesh. Is that what it is, metaphorically speaking? I mean, obviously these are all metaphors. I mean, again, you'd have to be a societally shunned retard to not understand a metaphor. Maybe you can call the real men and say he's making threats and get real men involved. Yeah, real men who'll recognise what a pathetic, unlikable fucktard you are and probably start investigating you. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't understand a metaphor made by somebody you're lying about in a group that doesn't want you there because you don't have any friends. And the only human contact you can ever acquire is from people who despise you and you have to make up stories about and lie about.
Yeah, just go on Bev's show and talk about it all you want. Talk about your flat earth, measured destructive dichotomy and all your other nonsense. Go have a show. We won't be there, but you can have it.
These things, they want to elevate people like myself onto some pedestal when they name their lies that they infer we're describing. Right, you want to name that after me, do you? All right. How utterly pathetic. Nobody's naming anything after these pathetic jam jar glasses wearing adenoidal fucktards, are they? And that's the problem, isn't it? Nobody's paying them any attention beyond telling them that they don't want them near them. Go away, we don't want you near us. Oh, that's attention.
Tell me I've been a naughty boy, Nathan.
That's what it boils down to. Masochism. Yeah, is that what it is, Ed Bear? You secretly get a sexual pleasure out of being told to fuck off and that we don't like you. Yeah, you like it. You're a masochist. Pathetic.
I was
Difference.
listening to that show the other day, that 6 hour show, and there was one point when he came in and he stuttered so bad it was hysterical. I was cracking up. You, and none of us missed it. It's like, don't you even hear how you sound? I want all of them to go back and listen to the show and listen to how you all sound. Yeah. I won't be reading your destructive dichotomy out. At a bear. Sorry. Put together a show and then, put it out to your little audience there and go tell everybody how it's flat earth measurements. You tell them we did it. Yeah. That's nice.
What you mean lie?
Yeah. He claims 10th man did it. 10th man claimed 5,400 nautical miles. That's pi equals 2. So it's actuality. It's our measurements. No, that's from a freaking celestial navigation book, you dumbass.
Yeah, so lying. So he's ascribing something that's been gone over by 10th man to 10th man. All right. So if I describe a clutch, that makes it my clutch, does it? Fucking retard. Yeah, that's why you had your teeth broken in school. That's why people beat you up and bullied you and told you the same as we're telling you. We don't want you around us, little scumbag liar, misrepresenting what people do. When someone goes through a book, it doesn't mean they wrote it, you fucking retard. But this is why you'd have your head flushed down the bog. It's why you're societally shunned. It's why people don't like you. It's why you've got to hide on the internet and put on pathetic voices and voice changes so you can be someone that you're not. You can put on a persona of some tough guy telling people how it works when they're just telling you that they don't want to be around you, telling you to get lost.
Yeah, they don't seem to realize we went over this with that guy when he came over, and we came to the conclusion these ain't our measurements anyway. We didn't come up with no circumference. We're just telling you how it's measured flat.
Measured flat for ball belief, which we don't have. It's like, here's how the ball gets created. Oh, well, then you're saying pi equals... No, we're not saying anything. Do you need a slap, you fucking retard? Because you'd get one if you started bullshitting people in front of me. That's what I'd do. I'd just slap you. Yeah? Watch you shit your pants. That's what I'd do. Yeah? And I'd look at you with one of those looks that says, either you fuck off or I'll stamp on you next. You stupid little twat that's not welcome here. But I can put on a voice. Hello, my name's Huyuka. No, you're a fucking retard is what you are. You're a pathetic little cuck who's wearing new masks and new voices. You're trying on a new outfit, are you, dweeb? I don't like the original dweeby outfit that you had all your snot on the sleeve of. Gotta get a new one? Yeah, you do. All of your personas are fundamentally unlikable.
Hello? Nathan? Hello? Pathetic. It really is.
Again, try that shit in society. Come along, wear a face mask, put a little hoodie on and pretend you're a different person. And watch the person that you've just pissed off and lied about rip that off your head and give you another slap. Yeah? You just wouldn't do it. Yeah, number two, in reality, not by metaphor, what would actually happen if this was the kind of behaviour that we suffered in real life, in society? When you're standing on the street corner, dealing with your shopping, dealing with everyday life, suddenly you've got some wanker who's coming along constantly in different fucking costumes. You'd get locked up. Not by metaphor, like by the police. This is what this behaviour is. It's creepy stalker behaviour. Yeah? Oh, you won't talk to me under this mask? Well, I'll come back in a different costume. You're like, hello? Yeah? This would get you locked up. No metaphor. You're just a stalker. And everybody hates you. These are just facts. Nobody likes that person.
Yeah, very creepy stalker. Very, very creepy. When you're getting messages at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, it's like, oh boy, get a life. It's like, to me, it's like the more we pull away, when we come to realization, like we've all come to, the more they want to be around to bring us back in to a debate there is no debate. Like John says, what's the point of contention? Very strange.
Next time he speaks to you, ask him for his full name and address. Say, what I'd like from you is your full name and address. So that if you continue to be a creepy-ass, stalking cunt, I can report you to the authorities. Give me your name and address. Oh, you won't, will you, coward? How very revealing. Yeah? So just ask him. Give me your full name and address so that you can be held accountable for your actions.
Yeah, he's listening right now. Somehow he has a way of listening to the Uncut and After show. You know, so he hears it. It's live. He can hear us talking about him. So give it up.
He's in my
Annabelle.
country, right?
Hayuka.
Yeah, I'm appealing to get this guy's address from him. So, Huyuka/Edabear/fake name stalker. Now, I'd like to report you to the authorities. So just give me your name and address so I can report you to the authorities for being a stalker. Because you don't seem to be getting the fucking message. Nobody wants you around. We've told you to fuck off. But you're coming back with fake names. It's creepy. And now we're starting to fear you. Fear what you're capable of, given that you've been told to sling your fucking hook and you haven't. So give us your name and address so we can report you to the appropriate authorities. No more metaphors about you having your fucking teeth knocked out. No. We'll just report you to the police for being a creepy-ass stalker. Yeah? Because hypothetical threats haven't worked. You've just come back wearing different masks. And it's starting to become a little bit intimidating. And in a society that is reasonable, that's not acceptable. Yeah? You're just a creepy stalker. Yeah? Creepy. And you should be held accountable for that. Yeah? The amount of times that I'm falsely accused of shit that I haven't done, well, this is actual shit that we should be holding these people accountable for from this point forth. It's like, who are you? I'd like to know who you are. No, I'm not going to answer any fucking questions. Give me your name and your address so that I can hold you accountable for this shit in real life. So when you say I should have my balls cut off or jump off a building, no, I will actually take you to the police and have you arrested for making threats on my fucking life. When you start reporting me for child abuse that I haven't committed, I'll have you arrested for making false allegations. So let's have your addresses, and if you don't fucking give them to me, then we'll have to report you anyway. We'll have to say this person isn't willing to be held accountable for their criminal actions. Yeah? So it's a fine line between these people who feel that they can accuse me of some crime or are described by metaphor or have the living shit kicked out of them for their behaviour. Well, what did I find? I got praised for it because everybody around me agreed. Societally, there was a consensus. Everybody feels that you're scumbags. Everybody fucking hates you. And everybody would like to see that metaphor played out. Now, I'm not obviously going to play out that metaphor, but we'll just see how big a coward these people are. Yeah? Let's see if you can be held accountable. I've had 10 years of people investigating me and holding me accountable for things I haven't fucking done. Now let's see if you can suffer the same. Let's see if you are willing to stand next to these things you do while you hide on the internet. Because that's all you are. You're cowards. You're here hiding. Now, have we got these trumped up fucking adenoidal stalkers' addresses from them so they can be held accountable? No, they're hiding here behind fake names and fake personas and voice changes so that they can stalk people. It's criminal. Make no mistake about it. So I'm sure these people won't mind if they feel they are righteous in their endeavours when they stalk people. They won't mind having a little knock at their door and a policeman coming around and going, we've got all these accounts of you being told to go the fuck away, and you're coming back with different voices. This has got a term. It's called harassment.
Yeah, if you did that in someone's bar, you'd get barred.
You'd have the bouncer use your fucking head to open the door with. That's what would happen. You'd have your arm up against your back with you squealing about how it hurts as your head's used to open the fucking door. That's what would happen to you if you did this in a bar. Oh, so Nathan's making threats. No, what you're doing is you're projecting your own criminal, shitty behaviour that you can get away with while you fucking hide behind names that you don't have, behind personas that you wouldn't dare use in a real world, that you fear. You pathetic bunch of gamma dicks. That's why you're here doing it. It's the only place you can get away with behaving in the shitty way that society would have you locked up for. Tired of it. I'm going to start pointing it out when it happens. Sorry, if you're going to continue to be here, Ed Bear, I want your address from you so I can give it to the police and report you for harassment. Because that's what this now boils down to. You're just harassing people. So we've told you to fuck off. We've told you you don't want. We're not in desire of your presence. We've told you you're not welcome here, and all you do is continue to harass and stalk the people who are telling you to go away. So now we want to take action against you. So give us your address so we can have you arrested for harassment and stalking, because that's what it basically boils down to. You're harassing people, lying about them, making up little stories, hanging around where you're not welcome, talking shit, putting on funny voices. No, you're just becoming an intimidation to the people who are telling you to get lost. The people who hate you, yeah, are saying you've taken it too far.
The funny thing is, there was messages coming left and right until you started asking for his address and his name. Now all of a sudden the messages stop.
That's what we're going to do from now on. When somebody does this, say, I want your name. Yep, so I can keep track of this behaviour and report you if necessary. So you're held accountable. So you realise that there's actual consequences to your behaviour. See how quick these fucking cowboy, soy boy, pathetic cucks run away when they fear some actual consequence from the people that they will approach, the men that they employ to do their dirty work for them. Yeah? When they might be knocking on their door, the people that they attempt to weaponise against the people that they want to stalk and harass. Yeah? When there's some actual consequences, that's when these people widen their eyes and go, holy shit. Yeah, I'm not giving you my address. Why would I want to do that? Well, why? Because you wouldn't want to be accountable for what you do. So you appreciate that not being accountable is useful to you, you cunt. Yes, because you're a coward here on the internet, playing the big man while simultaneously reaching out to real men to help you. When you feel like, oh, metaphor's going to get me, you haven't even given me your address. How the fuck would that even happen? No, what would happen is if I had your addresses, I'd report every single one of your shitty, stalky actions that you're taking part in and have you held to task by authorities that don't accept that in society. It's called stalking and harassment.
Well, the latest problem is that he's just, instead of coming and saying, look, I've got a point of contention or a misunderstanding with something that 10th Man conveyed a couple of years ago, he's tried to poison his name by describing as a bridge salesman. And so it's just so scummy and disingenuous. And it's just today. It's like, that's it now, we've had enough.
Yeah, let's start asking these people, okay, if you want to talk to me, let's know who you are. Who are you? What's your name? Your real name? Where are you from? These are questions that in my lifetime, they were the standard introduction questions. When the internet was in its early days, it was the abbreviation that you would ask people immediately when you started communicating with them via instant messenger. ASL. Age, sex, location. You're asking them who they are and where they are and how old they are. That's the first thing you want to know about people. Who they are and where they're from. That's what people want to know. It used to be Cilla Black's introduction line when she had a person on her show that she was hosting. She'd say, "All right, Duck, what's your name and where you're from?" That was the first thing people would expect from you. Now, pathetic cowards can make up a fake name and then pretend to be something that they're not. Half the time, a criminal. Oh, well, I can get away with being this disgusting, scummy stalker that lies about people because I haven't got my name out there. There's no consequences. Nobody knows my address. Ha ha ha, I can behave how I like. It's like, no, you fucking can't. This is not the world that we are evolving into as far as the internet's concerned. The laws are shifting constantly, and they seem to be shifting in favour of people not having anonymity online, not being able to get away with shitty behaviour just because they can create new screen names and buy a fucking voice changer. So what's wrong with your real voice? Is it because it's annoying that you need a new one? Yes, it is. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes how you sound or what you talk about. Make no mistake.
Yeah, and he's had several years to raise that point of contention to 10th man, but he's asking it now while he's not here to defend himself. Just scummy.
Yeah, and every day he responds to real time conversations we're having, except for today. So today, since Nathan's asking for names and addresses, he's pretending that he's not hearing it, not responding to real time today, huh? You're a coward, Edabeth.
Of course. That's all these people ever were. Total cowards. The only reason we were being asked on Fisherman in a Boxes video for how we explain it is because the guy's too scared to look at it himself. If you're telling him as a flat earth stereotype, he can tell you you're wrong. Can't he? Now, what happens when you go, well, I've got no authority in this particular subject matter. Well, I've looked at it and it doesn't seem right to me. Who the fuck are you? Nobody gives a shit even if we did know who you were. We'd know how inconsequential you were by name. Yeah, meanwhile, you don't even have a name. You're one step below a nameless Jane or John Doe. You're basically dead to all of us, but you think you've got some consequence to this subject. You haven't even got a name!
Not worth the squeeze.
Yeah, we've been dealing with cowards for 10 years, and now it's the time to just call them out, call them what they are, tell them how it is, tell them how society would treat them, and just pull no punches. It's like, this is how life is in reality. You've built up a little persona online, you've decided that you can get away with criminal activity and harassment and stalking simply because you can create a fake name and a fake account, and you're currently in a world where the society does not punish you for it. Well, that's not going to last forever.
It shouldn't have even lasted this long.
Yeah, it terrifies these people more than anything, being held accountable for what they actually are. Because what they actually are, they know to keep suppressed and hidden online. Because these people won't behave like this in public. Absolutely without question. They are a completely different person when you reach them in public. Yeah? Somebody only recently was telling me about how Michael McToon or whatever fake name he's given himself for his online persona is very different in person. I think it was Witsit. Oh yeah, he's nice as roses when he's in person. What when you could knock his fucking teeth out if he cheeks you. Yeah, I bet he is.
Exactly. Like this idiot. I wish I could put my hands on you. That's what was said to me online. You think that would even take place face to face?
Yeah, the minute they're back online, it's all brave pills.
Sometimes it gets frustrating. One time I gave out my address. I said, "Here's my phone number. Here's my address. Come and see me." This a while ago, and then freaking somebody sent me a text. It's not wise to put your name and address on the internet. I said, I don't care. Pissed me off. Now you know where I am. Now you can come and see me anytime you want.
Why is it not wise? Because untoward, disingenuous scumbag stalkers can creep you easier. Yeah. What they mean is, by projection, I wouldn't want my name on the internet because there's a good chance people will come and try and find me because I'm a shitbag. Now, most people who do have their internet name real and out there, along with a easily findable address, are the people who don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, come and get me. What are you going to do? Tell me how wrong I am in person? Yeah, you wouldn't though, would you? You can only do it with your brave pills and your million miles of fibre between you and I, while you're making up your lies about some pi equals 2 that I've never said. Yeah, you can lie online. Yeah, you can get away with it. Yeah, when people tell you to go fuck yourselves and leave them alone, you can carry on stalking them and harassing them indefinitely. You can just put a new face and a new name to it. Yeah? It's just still you though, isn't it? Yeah? Behaving like a criminal. It's still you. That's what you are. Yeah? It's just you can't face what you are. You have to hide it online where you believe there'll be less consequences. Yeah, but that's still you. Let's not forget what you are and what you do. You hang around people who hate you, stalk them and harass them. You don't take the message. You're not like any of the examples that you've given earlier of people who've been told, go fuck yourself, and they've gone, oh, I don't want to be around you if you're going to tell me to go fuck myself. I'm going to off ski fuck ski then. Bye-bye. You're like, yeah, good. Have some dignity. Don't let the door hit you on the way back. What's that? You're back already? Shocking.
Yeah, so that's true. What you said before. Even the people that betrayed you, when you told them get lost, they never came back. They got the picture. They realized, not these scum here. They're a whole nother breed. That's pretty freaking sad.
When you say different breed, they're not. These are people who exist in society. They just get away with their creepy behaviour because they're afforded certain means of doing so. In this case, the internet offers them the anonymity that they need to behave like they really are. They just manage to temper it in a society that would punish them instantly for it. Like broken teeth instantly. Yeah, that's the society that they need to get away from so that they can behave the way they really are. Because these people are scum. Yeah, they live with a loathing of society. They hate the people around them. And they need that hatred to be projected out so they don't have to internalise it. Like, yeah, you live with a lot of hatred. Me, I try and detach myself from hateful people that I don't want to be around. The problem is that some people, retards, don't get the message. You say, I don't want to be around you, go away. And they go, no, well, I'm going to be around you even more. I'm going to create 5 more accounts to be around you. Why would you want to be around me? I'm telling you I don't like you. Oh, right, you're a pathetic cuck, masochist, and you like being told that you're not liked. Don't really understand it, but that's you, isn't it? Pathetic excuse for a person.
What are you going to do? Honey attracts bees. and wasps. The bees are gonna, do what they gotta do, and the wasps are just gonna be there to sting you. No, I got that wrong. Bees make the honey. Bears eat the honey. So honey is gonna attract bears, and it's gonna attract. I don't know where I'm going with this. I lost my train of thought. It's just freaking sad, though. Like, there's that. Remember that guy Matthias that used to come in Discord side, foul mouth, want to fight about everything. The walking witness. Well, somebody said to me that they heard him telling somebody that the only way out of this world is suicide. I'm like, is it really that bad for some people that, like, they think the only way out is to, like, because I don't want to be on that side either, where I'm not recognizing when people are just isolated.
Well, that was fun.
It was, despite some people trying to bring the mood down and the tone down.
Who, Neil?
I think it's been brought down. That's what happens when you end something. When things are going hot and heavy and it just ended, yeah, there's a come down. It's like Christmas morning, you rip open all your gifts, and then there's like a depression sets in. Oh, that's what happened here.
Oh, not in my house.
I was going to say,
There's
not
too
in
much
my
food
house.
to cook. Too much to do. I haven't got time to think.
Talking about when I was a kid, man, I used to couldn't wait for Christmas morning. And then, like, somewhere during the middle of the day when it was over, there would be like a little down, a little depressive type feeling coming on because you get so worked up for that Christmas day. And then when it's over, there's like a letdown. Now, that's what this whole flat earth debate was. It was hot and heavy. It was reaching a high point. But now that it's reached this high point and Earth is just measured flat, there's like a come down type thing happening. I don't know. That's how I could explain it. I'm hoping the book gives a little resurgence, but it may just be what it is. Now, I'm not saying things are over, but I was looking at successful TV sitcoms, and the really good successful ones last about 10 years. That's it. Like the Seinfelds and the Happy Days. Now, when Fonzie started jumping a shark, they were way overdue.
Let's have a think for a second. Let's say Normie types in flat Earth into YouTube now. Who are they going to get from our side?
Not as. This is the thing. This whole idea that it's as. Who are they going to get from our side? It's like,
I'd say the flat side, Liam. Don't say our. Don't say we. Just say the
then
flat side.
the flat side. Well, how do you define the flat side? Is the guy we saw today out in his boat, is he on the flat side? Because as far as I was concerned, he was just measuring his position. He wasn't on a side. There was no side. He was just measuring Earth.
But be honest. Gun to the head. You ask him, what do we live on? He's going to say a globe.
So,
Like Jim said.
and?
Well, then he'd have to be on the ball side, even though he's measuring Earth flat.
It doesn't affect his measurements how he has a religious belief that's incongruent with those measurements. It doesn't matter that he believes Earth's a ball, because his measurements have got nothing to do with belief.
I guarantee you, if he's sailing with a flat earther and the flat earther just says a few things to him, I guarantee the penny would drop immediately. But then again, I don't know, because just because it dropped for me immediately when 10th Man was going over it, I deal with measurements all the time. So I'm expecting, like, on a job, when somebody brings it up, I can just show them a square and they'll figure it out. That's not what I got on a job site when it was brought up. That was said, don't tell me you're one of those flat earthers. So it may seem like people are going to, the penny's going to drop and they're going to see it. No, not the case.
Well, my point was, Neil, you were saying that it's gone quiet. And I was thinking, well, people are still searching for the subject. Where are they being directed? So if they're going to end up listening to flat earthers, who are they going to be directed towards?
That's a good question. Probably Weiss and all the other ones. The freaking low-hanging fruit ones. But it's big on TikTok, right? I hear these things going on TikTok all the time, and when I do come across a video, it's a bad representation of flat Earth. It's either they're talking about conspiracies, how they lied to us, or they're taking it way out of context with freaking biblical stuff. That I
Well, I
wouldn't
really
even
hope,
use.
Nathan. Sorry, Nathan.
Go ahead.
Well, Nathan, I really hope, what I'm really hoping for is one of the YouTubers you contact agrees to have you on, and he's ancillary to so many other subjects, and so he's just watched by other YouTubers, and so I can see the chain of events taking fold there. Because I've seen YouTubers reference other YouTubers. A lot of them actually get together. Like there's a YouTuber I watch called Critical Drinker, and he has about 5 or 6 on at a time out of a group of about 20 people he can pull on for a show. And they all have their own social media and YouTube accounts. So the cross references, as soon as you get on one prominent one, that's what I'm hoping for you. It's exciting.
Yeah, I agree. Very exciting.
We just need to find that one guy who has a decent outreach, who's willing to give you a go.
In a way, that is dependent on
Once you're there in front of it, you'll sell yourself and you'll sell your show and you'll sell your book. You just need to be given a chance to pitch it to a wider audience.
That'll definitely come. I've got enough names to make it just a matter of probability in that regard. It's just a numbers game. Somebody out there will be intrigued with the subject and want a subject matter expert to talk about with it. Most people aren't scummy. There's an impression that's created by this little majority of snot-nosed adenoidal wankers that that's how society treats flat earthers, and it's just not the case. Like, go and watch a few of David Weiss's interviews. Most of the people who are interviewing him are just normal people. They're not out to ridicule him.
Exactly right. That's what I'm hoping for too. Get on a couple of these shows, boom. Well, hot and heavy again.
Yeah.
It is weird the way it started, though. How when the flat, if you look back on how it started taking place, was proving that it's not a ball. Like you got to go around proving that Earth is not a globe instead of proving that Earth is flat. So that went on for years. Remember the early stuff? The shuttle that exploded, the people are still alive, and they would show you pictures of the people today. This is what they look like today. I got a question. What did that have to do with flat Earth? I was thinking about that the other day. What did that even have to do with flat Earth? Let everybody fall asleep in Discord.
I'm next up like heavy machinery, Neil. You don't want to hear me.
I know you're always working, running wires, doing electrical stuff, right?
Yep. Over here connecting boilers today.
Do you work on the fly when you're working with gas?
Yeah, I know. It's sometimes I think about that too. But yeah, I'm always around gas and electricity.
The first time I found out what that term meant, working on the fly, I was like, what? Next time, let me know you're going to work on the fly so I can leave. Anybody know what that means, working on the fly?
No, but I've heard it.
Like if you're
Just means working with it on. You don't turn it off.
yes,
It's like not
gas on
turning
or
the
something, and
stopcock
you're
off
working
on the
with
water.
torch.
So if you were working on
Right.
the water and you left the water at high pressure and started cutting pipes with the water at high pressure, working on the flies just means that, just not turning off the gas.
Exactly. And that's a little scary when they're working with torches too. But they're like, well, we could get it done real quick. And then I'm like, next time, just let me know. I could be outside when the explosion happens.
Yeah, it's one of those terms I've heard so many times and complied with it. But it's just, if I was asked to define it, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
It could basically mean anything where there's danger involved, right?
Yeah, fueling on the fly would just be filling your car up with the engine running.
Oh, I do that all the time. I'm on the fly all the time. Then I never shut my car off.
They don't let you do that here. If you're trying to fill your car up and it's on, they'll tell you to turn it off.
So Nathan, what did you do to Jin that he never came back?
Called him a conspiratard.
Has he left the groups?
I don't know. Has he?
No, he hasn't left Master B, but he hasn't been around in a while.
He'll be back then.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
He's got to be going crazy now with this whole America and Iran thing. He's got more stuff to hate America about. Hey, Liam, somebody was saying the other day that if Chamberlain was more like Trump, there probably wouldn't have been a World War II.
By that you mean the US wouldn't have got involved?
No, if Chamberlain was more like Trump, he would have dealt with the axis of evil right there, right? Instead, he didn't.
What I'll say about World War II, Neil, is there's so many narratives and there's so many nuggets of information that are pro-Allied and pro-Axis. It complicates matters beyond a Discord discussion between friends, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. But they have, I mean, it's documented what happened with Chamberlain. He made the error. You can't deny that. Now, whether it was done deliberately or not, who knows? Maybe they wanted war anyway. I don't know. Listen, sometimes you need a negotiator, and sometimes you just need a gangster. And if it was like what they say it was in during World War II or before, then you needed a gangster there. Somebody to look right in the eye and say no.
Yeah, personally, as fascinating as World War II is, I honestly don't like discussing it because it's just so overcomplicated.
Try World War Three.
Hopefully not in my lifetime.
Could be closer than you think.
In The Godfather, when he's teaching Michael how to shoot the gun and what to do, he's telling him these things got to happen every 5-10 years, clears the bad blood. He said it's like in World War II with Hitler and Munich. They should have never allowed him to get away with that. That's what he was referring to. I never understood it, but that's what he was referring to, that agreement in 1938. He said he should never let him get away with that. They was just asking for trouble.
I don't know why, but I got a first for rewatching Wire in the Blood. You ever heard of that, Neil? A UK murder investigation series.
What is it called?
Wire in the Blood.
Wyatt in the Blood? No.
Yeah, it's excellent, man. It's about how there's a psychologist who works with the police to solve crime. So it's all about how a certain individual who's what's the word? They're likely to commit a certain crime based on their personality, their outlook. So you'll look at the crime and then try and induce the person who created it, and then give the police a profile to go looking for. It's great TV. You know, if
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
your wife,
I was
if
watching
you're
that
looking for
other
something to
one.
watch for,
I was watching that other one with what's his name? Pierce Brosnan and what was the other guy? Tom Hardy. The
I
one
haven't
with
heard of that.
the gangster freaking series.
Gentlemen.
Mob. What?
Gentlemen.
No. That's a movie. This was this is a series. I'm waiting for season 2. Mob? No, it wasn't that. What's his name's in it? Pierce Brosnan's in it. There's a lot of that. Helen Mirren's in it. It's a crazy bastard. This gangster. But the first series is really good. The first season, excellent.
London Gangsters.
No, that's to me that's way over the top. I tried to watch that. That's way over the top.
No,
This
no. What
one
you're
was really
referring
good.
to? What you're referring to is that about London Gangsters?
Yeah. It is. It's about 2 families.
I can't remember the name. I think my granddad watches it. I'll have a quick Google.
Yeah, something with mob in it. It was good. Michael Kahn told me about it. So I said, let me take a look at it. I was like, this is freaking good. The acting's freaking good. Pierce Brosnan's great at it. His part is freaking like he's a psychopath. But the real psychopath is his wife, Helen Mirren or something.
Mobland.
That's it, Mobland. Yeah, that was really good. You'll like that.
Okay, I'll give it a look.
You definitely like that. Probably go right through all the shows. I had to wait weekly, but yeah. Tom Hardy's like his right hand man. The only thing I hate is when they get into it's like that movie Sleepers, when they had the Irish kids getting raped in prison. Sort of like the same thing happens to this guy's son when he was very young. I'm like, why did they always got to stick that in there? Can't I have one show that's not gay?
Well, with Wire in the Blood, you usually see the suspect or the man who's or woman who's guilty before they're found out, and so the clues are scattered within it, so you can work it out before they do. But it's so subtle, and you have to really think in terms of the show. You know, in terms of a psychologist. It's I highly recommend it, and I'll give that Mobland. How many
What
seasons
is
is
it?
it?
What do I see it on now?
I'll have a look. How many seasons is Mobland? And is Kira not
Mobland only
okay?
had one season, waiting for season 2
Right.
to come out now. But I sent you guys a movie called The Pope of Greenwich Village, but Len said he couldn't. It wasn't going through. It was on freaking YouTube yesterday for free. You want to get a little taste of New York City in the 1980s? That is the flick to check out.
Yeah, actually, Neil, I checked that movie out after you mentioned it. Me and my wife really enjoyed it. Thanks for that.
It was good, right? See, a lot of people might not understand certain terminologies. Like, Nathan, if I say we're going to the track and I got a certain horse, and I say, what do you want to do? You want to bet it across the board? What do I mean by that?
I don't know.
That means you're betting a horse to come in, win, place, or show. It's saying you're covering the horse across the whole board. You won't win as much money, but I mean, it's as sure as a bet as you're going to get. And if you have a lot of money, if you have like 5,000 to put down, you can earn 20,000. But if you bet that horse to win, I mean, the odds are higher, and if the horse don't win, you lose. But if it comes in second, you got the board covered. Or if somebody says, I did a pound in Greenhaven, do you know what that means?
No.
I did 5 years in Greenhaven prison. So there's certain terms that are used that may fly over people's heads. But in all, you'll get the whole gist of the movie. It's Eric Roberts and Mickey Rourke, when Mickey Rourke was freaking like on top. Really good flick.
Okay.
I've had a look, Neil. I've got the list up now. It's I've looked at for USA. It's on Amazon, Acorn TV, BritBox, Tubi, the Roku, Freevee, and Hoopla.
I think I got Tubi. I think I do
TUBI.
have that.
Anything you've been watching recently, Nathan?
I don't even have a TV.
Nathan's not polluted by TV, just YouTube. That's not an avenue of television at all.
No, I don't have
Yeah,
any of
but you
that.
can still get you can still stream on your iPad.
My
On the
wife
screen.
watches The Good Doctor.
What is that? Light-hearted or cynical?
A Netflix show. Got the kid who played Charlie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as a retarded doctor. I don't watch it.
Right, is it a comedy?
I have no idea. It's about people having their arms chopped off and things in surgery.
Jeez.
Yeah.
There's a show called Dr. Oakley, Yukon Vet.
That right.
On YouTube TV. Dr. Oakley, Yukon Vet.
Cool.
This is from 2002.
What is?
Yeah, exactly, Neil. So it's before woke was introduced into everything.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is gritty, mate. Very gritty. Like I was watching one last night, and the young lad, his parents were heroin addicts, and they lived in a dirty flat. But what differentiated him from them was that his room was immaculate, and all his toys were laid out neatly.
Nice.
Toys? How old are these heroin addicts?
Now his parents were.
Yeah, I was joking.
Well, you gotta have some toys.
Isn't that right, Nathan?
Don't know what you mean.
You gotta have them pepper pots. I didn't even know what the hell the guy was talking about when he was saying that. Like
You know
pepper
now.
what?
My eldest daughter's just inherited some roller skates. Doesn't sound dangerous at all.
Nice. Now give her a hockey stick and she can make the British hockey team in 10 years.
They're branded No Fear.
Nathan, are they roller blades or are they the dinosaurs with the four wheels?
They got the four wheels and the stopper on the front like you used to have at the roller disco in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but in the 80s, the roads were smoother. I don't think the roads are smooth enough now for rollerblades.
Yeah, we used to play hockey on the street. You're right about that. The roads were smoother.
I used to go skateboarding with the lads on the quarter set. We used to buy grease and grease up the curbs.
Nice. So you could slide across it on the board?
Of course, and down people's railings.
My friend Joey was nasty on a skateboard, but he was just good because he surfed. He was a surfer in Hawaii. He would show me the side, like he would show me like a building. You see that story up there? That's how high some of the waves are in Hawaii. I'd be like, what the frick are you talking about? That's about 20 feet high. He's like, yeah, that's how high the waves get in some areas, even higher. I'm like, are you crazy?
Yeah, personally, I've done skateboarding, snowboarding, and surfing. And by far, surfing is the most fun. You have the least control, but when that water, when you hit that wave properly and it takes you, you can't replicate that with a skateboard or a snowboard.
You know, I kind of understand what you're talking about because I went out. I was just doing the boogie boarding with this guy in the Gulf of Mexico. We were on some Christian mission trip, and the waves were really good. And when I finally caught a wave, you can't even, and that's just boogie boarding. So I can imagine being on a surfboard and freaking catching a wave. Because you're right, it's like holy shit. Like the whole time I'm thinking I'm boogie boarding and I'm really not. And you realize you're not until you really catch a wave. And it just freaking takes you all the way in like you're doing nothing but just riding a wave.
Yeah, with skateboarding and snowboarding, you set the pace that you go at. And the hill and the gradient obviously determines it as well, but you can, fight with it and play with it. Whereas with the wave, it's just a surge of momentum that you're on or you're off it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it, baby. That's why that movie Point Break is great. I hope you've seen that. Don't tell me
No,
you haven't
sir.
seen Point Break.
No, sir. It looked American and cliche, so my brain told me not to.
Liam, drop what you're doing, get the movie, and watch it. Telling you, a surfer would give it a thumbs up.
Keanu Reeves and the guy out of Dirty Dancing, isn't it?
Patrick Swayze, they're
Patrick
bank
Swayze.
robbers.
Yeah, they wear rubber masks at the end.
The ex-presidents.
The ex-presidents, yeah.
That's how they rob banks. Keanu Reeves plays a cop, and he's got to get on the inside, but he don't know who these surfers are because the senior cop told them they're surfers, and they all think he's nuts. It's a freaking great movie, man. You got to watch that.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I'm very cynical with films because I've been burnt in the past.
You're
And
not
I
going
sat
to
there
be
after 2.5
freaking...
hours and I've been angry at myself for wasting that time.
If
So,
Neil Cosentino gives you a movie, it's going to be good.
Point Break is a good movie. Got every American cliche you could ever want.
We are the
is there a
ex-presidents.
plot twist, Neil? I'll watch it if there's a plot twist.
Hmm.
Yeah, there is kind of a double-crossy type plot twist at the end of it.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
It's just a good flick because I'm telling you, just watch it. You'll like it. It's only 2 hours, but it's good. Every time it's on, I watch it. I do not pass it by. If I'm flicking through and Point Break is on, I stay there.
Would you tell him?
I got a complaint about your Jelly Bellies. They give me too many lemon and too many lime ones. What's going on with that? What are you just keeping all the good flavors in England?
Oh, have you bought some English jelly babies? Where'd you get them from?
Yeah, in the store by me, they got like a little English section. But yeah, the Jelly Babies.
Jelly Babies are English.
I don't know if they're
I was just about
English.
to ask you, Nathan, what the name of the company was, but I see you don't know. I'll have a quick Google.
Let me see.
Wow.
It's got a British flag on it.
I'm a big fan of Jelly Babies. I just didn't know they were considered a British thing.
Great Britain Sweets by Taverniers. What's that? It's in script, half Paveners.
Well, the one I was thinking of, the most common one here near was Maynard's Bassett's.
Made in what?
Maynards and Bassett's, he said.
This is the one I get. Can you see it? You got the English fella there on the bike, see? Jelly Babies. But they should change it to Jelly Lemon and Limes.
Oh, I may have seen them. They don't strike out, but I probably have seen them somewhere. What else is in the English section then? I imagine cherry bakewells.
What's another name? I'll see if they got them.
No, I'm just asking what else is in the English section in your shop. Cherry bakewells, tarts.
What's some other stuff in the shop there that we were looking at? That I said I don't know if it's good. What's the name of some of the candies that were there?
I don't remember now.
When I go back, I'll take a look and see. But I just get the jelly babies because I know they're good. But
Yeah, we'll
lately,
take a
it's just
photograph.
lemon and lime.
We'll take a photograph and me and Nathan can help you out. Oh, and Craig. Craig's here. Hey, and what a legend Len is recently, eh? The amount of support he's giving Nathan.
Yeah, it's keeping my mortgage paid.
Yeah, he seems very genuine.
You guys have Bisto gravy?
Yeah, of course.
And what do you want me to ask? Is it worth it? I don't know. Like, where we got it? You make it yourself?
Because I usually make them.
Oh, you make it. My wife makes it, so. Of course they have it. They're in England.
Is it worth trying? How good is it?
Bisto is the
We
most
tried
British
it.
thing I can possibly think of.
It's the worst thing you could possibly think
No,
of?
the most British. Like when you think of a Bisto advert, it's got a British family.
Yeah, and
And what is it, just brown gravy? What do you eat with potatoes and stuff?
Yeah, brown gravy.
Don't make it one day. We'll eat it.
I would like to try it because I usually just make the gravy with the drippings.
Oh, it comes already made somewhere?
It's just dry. And you add water.
All right, but that's going to be instant. So, Nathan, if she grabs one that's instant, that's going to be cheap, right?
No.
yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be great.
You sure? All right. Yeah, then get it then. We'll try it.
Yeah, just with
Oh,
some
I see
boiling
what
water.
she's trying to say.
With-
She
with
has
some
a powdered one in the store. See, but by us, that's looked down upon. What do you mean? Powdered shit. Make it from scratch. It's like making instant mashed potatoes.
What do you call thick fries over there, Neil?
Oh, we call them steak fries.
Right, yeah. You want some steak fries with the gravy.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. That sounds good. But so it's worth grabbing a powder and making. I'll see.
So you want to get some potatoes, peel them, wash them, cut them into squares, and then the thickest, what we call chips, but you call fries.
So your chips is just you guys fry potatoes.
Yeah, it depends how you fry them, though.
You don't get the pre-frozen ones.
My nan does, because she's a bit older, and so it's easier for her.
Yeah, but if you're gonna have it proper, and you're young enough, you make it from potatoes, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper because you can buy a big bag of potatoes for the price of, several little packs that you've only got so much room for in your freezer.
Right. One of the main restaurants that I used to go to when I lived in New York was in Queens. It was called London Lenny's. And freaking, oh man, the food there is amazing. Known for their prime rib. And I used to just get the fish and chips there. But for me, that was the best I ever got. Was from London Lenny's.
Mushy peas?
No, I didn't mess with the peas. Don't mess with any of that shit. No peas, no freaking string beans. I don't like greens. Broccoli, I'll deal with. But I'm not into the peas.
Just
But yeah,
say
London
mushy peas goes really well.
London Lenny's was always packed too.
Yeah, take a picture of that English section, and we'll let you know what's good and what isn't.
See, my wife's talking about an English breakfast, but I can't because from that movie Train Spotting, I can't do it. From that one scene.
Oh, I can't remember.
Oh, freaking gross. There's something to do with freaking. I don't even want to get into it, but it's disgusting.
Talking about
Let's put it
Spud.
this way: he shits his pants and he's trying to get it out of the house, and they're having breakfast, and I think the girl is trying to pull it from him. He's saying, "No, no, no, I got it," and then he pulls it, and it gets loose, and the whole family gets sprayed with shit. So I could never bring myself to eat an English breakfast now. Train Spotting was a one of a kind movie, but part two was good.
Right, gentlemen, I have to go. It's been a pleasure, though. Thank you for having me.
Don't forget Point
care.
Break.
I will not, sir. Don't forget War on the Blood.
I got it lined up already. Haven't seen Chocolate in a while either. Where's he been?
I don't know, probably working.
This Sunday the clocks go ahead in the States.
Wicked, summertime.
What's that?
Summertime. And the clocks go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's almost there. But you usually follow 2 weeks after us, right? Because we're on the 8th this year. Oh, you're way after us this year. Usually the 29th of March. You're 3 weeks after us. See, it's usually 2 weeks. You idiot flat earthers, you use a globe for time. It's as the earth turns. You have 365 days in a year.
Right, is it time to round out? Can't seem to get victory royale. Keep coming second and third. With that, I'm going to say a huge, massive, enormous thank you to both Discord and G+ panels for making today's after show possible. And of course, a massive thank you to all of you for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, joining as a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member, and all that good stuff. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I will see you all in the next video.
But when you measure it flat, it contradicts that. I'm spitting flat facts and that. And I know you don't like that. Google Maps is flat, it presents elevation profiles like that. I'm a spitting flat earth king. Sentence has a ring, doing my own thing. If earth was a big roast chicken, factually finger licking chicken. We just got the measurements missing. I'm spitting eggs and begs, begging the question lesson. I've said it before, time after time. I'm the spitting flat earth king of rhyme.